Good morning, sir. Sir, good morning. Bunny, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you? Madam ji. Ma'am.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning. వినబడుతుందా? మేడం వినబడుతుందా? హలో. నరసింహ నరసింహ ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాడా లేడా ఆయన? ఆన్లైన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ యూజీ. ఒకసారి అది ఇంద్ర ప్రియదర్శిని వాళ్ళు అడిగినరు, అది రెంట్ కంట 2 లక్షలు ఏమో అన్నారంటే మనకేం తక్కువ చేస్తారా అడుగుతున్నారు. మనమా అందిస్తాయి ఆలి అన్న మనమేమది లెటర్ మాట్లాడండి. ఏమన్నా తక్కువ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు యూజీ గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ ది అది ఏదో చేసుకుంటారంట ఫంక్షన్. రావట్లేదా?
ఒక్కసారి పిల్లలు యాడ్ కావద్దు, ఓన్లీ ప్రిన్సిపల్సే జాయిన్ కావాలని చెప్పి.
ఇప్పుడు వినబడుతుంది వాళ్ళకి నా వాయిస్? Dear ma'am, college principals ma'am, I am requesting you don't give allow to the students joining of this ma'am, and they has given a separate YouTube.
Sir, ఒకసారి యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయమని చెప్పండి.
వినయ్ ఒకసారి రా. స్టూడెంట్స్ జాయిన్ కాకుండా చూసుకోండి, లేకపోతే రావట్లేదు. ఇది ఏమో చెప్పింది మ్యామ్. టెల్ మీ మ్యామ్. వినబడతలేదట.
Sir, shall I start, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only 1 minute.
Good morning, a warm welcome to one and all for the online workshop on research methodology, a project work preparation for BCom 3rd year, 6th sem students. This workshop on research methodology is designed to make you feel comfortable, synthesize, and you're towards exploring the academic interest. On this occasion, I, Professor S. Kavita Devi, on behalf of Department of Commerce, welcome you all for the inaugural research methodology session, the project work preparation. It feels privileged to inform you that nearly all the college's lecturers and the students under the Usman University are attending through online and through YouTube are attending this workshop today. The colleges shared the online link to your college principals and head of the departments. The college has sent the Google tag pics of their college students' attendance presence for the online workshop of e-classrooms through the WhatsApp in the group. Now, I call three functionaries of the Department of Commerce, Osmania University, and the guests for this workshop by inviting and introducing. It takes privilege to invite and introduce for this online workshop Professor M. Gangadhar, Head Department of Commerce. Professor M. Gangadhar is a distinguished professor of commerce and currently served as a Head Department of Commerce. He has service over 29 years rich teaching experience. He holds an administrative position, Dean Faculty of Commerce, Usmania University, and a chairperson. He worked as a vice principal at University PG College, Secunderabad, Nizam College, and Koti Women's College. Professor M. Gangadhar has presented papers at national and international conference. In his credits, published 22 papers in various national and international journals. I welcome you, sir. Now I am happy and invite and introduce Professor K. Krishna Chaitanya, Dean Faculty of Commerce, Usmania University. Professor K. Krishna Chaitanya, Professor of Commerce, presents Dean Faculty of Commerce, Usmania University, and previously worked as a Chairman, Board of Studies in Commerce, Usmania University, Head Department of Commerce at Telangana Mahila Vishwavidyalayam, at present Vidanadi Chakali Ailama University, and also Directorate of Admission, Telangana Mahila Vishwavidyalayam. Professor K. Krishna Chaitanya was also a Youth Welfare Officer, OU. He has more than 30 years of teaching experience. His specialization in finance and marketing. He has participated in various national and international conferences. He published more than 25 research articles in various reputed national and international journals. I welcome you, sir. Now it's my honor to invite and introduce today's chief guest, Professor Gaddam Naresh Reddy, Registrar of Usmania University. Professor Gaddam Naresh Reddy, Distinguished Professor of Commerce and Registrar of Usmania University. His area of interest is accounting and finance. He has 28 years of teaching and research experience. He has published nearly 65 research papers in reputed national and international journals. He authored 17 books and edited 7 books. He has developed 6 videos, lessons, and translated 38 MOOCs modules. He attended and presented research papers over 50 seminars. He received the Best Research Paper Awards on the 3 occasions at All India Accounting Conferences. He has organized many national and international conferences. 18 PhDs have been awarded and 2 postdoctoral and 8 doctoral scholars are currently working under his supervision. He has completed UGC major research project. He received the Best Teacher Award 2024 from the Telangana government. He was a member, secretary, TCS set, and was a vice principal at University College of Commerce and Business Management, Usmania University. I welcome you, sir. Now I am delighted to invite and introduce Professor A. Patrick, Chairman, Board of Studies, Department of Commerce, Usmania University. Professor A. Patrick, Recipient Professor of Commerce, Chairman, Board of Studies, and also a Public Relation Officer, Usmania University. He holds MCom, MBA, and PhD with net qualification in the Commerce and Management. He holds a rich teaching experience over 27 years of administration positions, including additional control of the examination, Joint Director of Admission, Usmania University. He transmitted many MOOCs modules in the organizational theory, behavioral, and digital marketing, English to Telugu. Regularly, he is a resource person for Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University teleconferences. He supervised 6 PhD scholars. His area of expertise: accounting, marketing, strategic management, quantitative techniques, research methodology, and soft skills. I welcome you, sir. Now it's my privilege to introduce our principal, Professor Indrakanti Shekhar, sir, UCCBM. Professor Indrakanti Shekhar, sir, is a professor of Department of Commerce and principal of University College of Commerce and Business Management, Usmania University, Hyderabad. His qualification: MCom, MBA, LLB, PhD, and PG Diploma in Computer Application. He has 28 years of teaching experience. His teaching specialization: accounting, taxation, e-commerce. Under his supervision, 3 PhD awarded and 6 PhDs are under his supervision. He is a subject expert resource person for many institutions, including UGC, HRDC, state government, college education, and state government, social welfare and tribal welfare, and intermediate board of education. He was awarded as a professor of commerce for the year 2018 by the Tutors Pride, Hyderabad, and Ideal Teaching Awards 2018. He has published many articles, national and international. I welcome you, sir. I also welcome Senior Professor D. Chennappa.
Yeah, good morning, madam. Good morning, madam. I am audible.
Good morning, sir. The
Yes.
Senior Professor of Commerce, Usman University. He obtained his MCom, MPhil, and PhD degree from Usman University, Hyderabad, and MBA from IGNOU. He has 33 years of teaching and research experience. He authored 5 books and edited 20 books. He has published many articles in international and national journals. He conducted many national and international seminars. He participated 3 international conferences held in USA and more than 70 national seminars held at the national levels under his supervision. 2 MPhils and 14 PhDs has been awarded. He is a UGC Research Awardee, Telangana State Best Teacher Awardee, ITA Best Commerce Faculty Awardee, the Usman City, and he is also a Vice Chancellor Awardee also. He adorned many administration positions. Few among them are served as NSS Officer, NSS Coordinator, Warden, Vice Principal, and Chief Warden for the University Mess and Hostel, Principal University College of Commerce Business Management, Principal of University Postgraduate College of Secunderabad. He served as Dean, Chairperson for the Board of Studies, and as a committee chairperson for many colleges and universities in Telangana. He also worked as a Registrar of Palmer University, Mahbubnagar. I welcome you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Welcome, madam.
Now I request our Head Department of Commerce, Professor M. Gangadhar, to give welcome address.
Unmute this call. Professor Gangadhar ji. Unmute yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
Good morning. Hearing my voice?
Yes,
Yes,
Anis.
sir.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. My first of all, my greetings, Ugadi and Ramjan to one and all. And respected chief guest of this event, Gaddam Naresh Reddy, Dean Faculty of Commerce, Krishna Chennappa, and Indrakanti Shekhar, Principal of this college, and Professor A. Patrick BOS, and Professor Kavita Devi, Coordinator, Principal of PG College, Secunderabad. And so we are organizing a good online UG project, and we are arranging to the very senior teachers. It is very useful to our students. And senior Professor D. Chennappa also taking he will also going to speak on topic. And Patrick also going to give one topic, and Indrakanti Shekhar also will take another report writing or something. And properly, it is how to get the data and analyzing interpretations. This is very useful for this. And given this opportunity, various college students and teachers also give to encourage to your students. This is few words from the Department of Commerce. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir, for guidance. Now I request Professor K. Krishna Chaitanya, Dean Faculty of Commerce, to address the online gathering. Professor Krishna Chaitanya, Dean Faculty of Commerce, to address online gathering. Chaitanya, sir. Am I audible, sir? Chaitanya, sir. Now I request Professor, sir, can I call BY, sir? Meanwhile, Gangadhar, sir, can I call?
Okay, ma'am. Go ahead.
Now I request Board of Studies Chairperson, Professor Patrick, sir, to address the gathering of online. Professor Patrick, sir. I request Professor Patrick, Chairman Board of Studies, to address the online gathering. So Chaitanya sir, are you are you on online, sir? Krishna Chaitanya sir, am I audible? I request Board of Studies
Patrick.
Chairperson Professor A. Patrick to address the
Patrick
online.
will view.
Good morning, everyone, and nice to be a part of this workshop. Thanks to the organizers, especially one-day workshop. It is there in 3 sessions. One is about why project work, second is about statistical tools, and third is about how to do the report. We will give all these details. Our principal are trying to put efforts is to ensure that students don't do fake projects, they do genuine projects. They learn by doing the projects well. So we would be very happy if students do genuine projects that are there and have a nice time of learning because, this is the age of AI that we are in. We are there are a lot of unethical and irresponsible ways of using AI. So I would speak more when I get a chance to talk about what is this thing, uh, how to use statistical tools, how to use AI more responsibly and ethically. And we are really sorry and feel, regret that there are some issues in making people join. Probably all would like the comfort of joining through the Zoom link and YouTube is something where you feel the purpose is to learn. There's another thing there. I'll share it with both and the principles of quality and good projects. See, in the world, identify problems and people who solve problems. And the very purpose of project is about solving problems. So identify a problem that is there. We're not forcing you with topics and other things there. So do well. All the best to you. Chanapa sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
డీన్ మాట్లాడాలి కదా ఆయన భూతం లేనట్టుంది.
Thank you very much, sir.
Ma'am, once again you ask to the Dean Faculty of Commerce.
Yes, sir. Yes. Now I request Professor Krishna Chaitanya, Dean Faculty of Commerce, to address the online gathering. Mr. Chaitanya, sir, I am audible. Krishna Chaitanya, sir, kindly respond. Professor Krishna Chaitanya, sir.
Ma'am,
Sir.
is some trouble is link, so you ask to the senior faculty or Dean Chennappa you ask.
Senior Professor D. Chennappa, sir, Department of Commerce, Usman University, kindly address online gathering, sir. Chennappa, sir.
Yeah, good morning. I hope so that I'm audible. I'm audible,
Yes, sir.
madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
My PPT is visible, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, no. At the outset, I congratulate the head of the department, Professor M. Gangadhar. Despite the many hurdles, he has taken a lot of care and
Sir, only 2 minutes
pain.
to talk, sir. Then I'll invite Naresh Reddy, sir. Then afterwards, your technical session will start, sir.
Okay, madam.
Just address the gathering, sir. Channappa, sir.
Acha. Address. I will take my class, madam.
No, sir. Take 2 minutes.
Yeah.
To address the gathering.
So I congratulate the head of the department to for taking lot of initiation to organize this one day online workshop. It has been conducted by the department for several years, and definitely this year also they are going to conduct. And eminent personalities being invited. There are 3 sessions. One session is about the identification of the research project title. Second one is data analysis, and third one is the research design. And for this, the head with the cooperation of the Professor S. Kavita Devi being a coordinator, they have planned the entire program with the support of the principal, Professor Indrakanti Sekhar, with the blessings of the Dean, Professor K. Krishna Chaitanya, in the presence of the chairman, Professor A. Patrick. And I have seen that more than 300 participants, so they are into the queue to admit into the group, and I have seen that the more than 1,000 people are there into the YouTubes. I hope so that the entire day is going to be very, very fruitful and successful. And I request all the who have login, please be there. Please be patient enough, and definitely you are going to learn a lot of many new things. Not to like a monotonous speeches from the eminent personalities with experienced personality. You are going to learn a lot of techniques. And those techniques, all the students, if they implement, definitely they are going to get the wonderful project. Very easily they will get the good results for it. I hope so that in this few remarks, I congratulate the entire department and faculty members, particularly Professor Kavita Devi, and to taking initiation and conducting these inaugural functions. I hope so that even the chief guest, Professor Gadam Naresh Reddy, would be given some of the messages to the participants.
Thank you.
More to the organizers.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Once again, I call now. I request Professor Krishna Chaitanya, sir. If you are online, please address to online gathering. Now I request our chief guest, Professor Gaddam Naresh Reddy, Registrar of Usmania University, to give his message.
Okay, ma, am I audible, ma? Once again, I'm asking.
Okay, sir. Are you there now?
Am I audible?
Chaitanya, Dean, Faculty of Commerce, to address online gathering. Krishna Chaitanya, sir, I am audible. Channappa, sir, will you please remove your slide?
No. Once I remove slide, cannot come back again.
Yes.
Now we can speak. Dean can speak now.
Okay,
Dean,
okay.
only one screen is allowed to share it.
Okay, sir. Okay.
No, ma, you're not getting my voice. I'm saying from last. Hello, ma, voice audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, my.
Sir, it is not audible, sir, now.
Am I audible, ma?
Okay, sir.
Voice audible?
రాట్లేదా ఇక్కడ రా ఇది ఇచ్చాను ఇదేనా దీటకి మాట్లాడిద్దాం
Am I audible? Patrick?
Voice is
Patrick,
breaking.
Yeah.
okay.
And in the Gangadhar
Okay.
mobile, you are audible, Krishna.
Gangadhar mobile is
You are
audible.
audible and you can make use of that chat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. And the dignitaries, Professor M. Gangadhar, Head Department of Commerce, and Professor A. Patrick, Chairman Board of Studies, and today's chief guest, Professor G. Naresh Reddy, senior most teacher in the department, Senior Professor D. Channappa, and all other faculty members, and my dear participants. At the outset, I congratulate the department. First of all, Professor M. Gangadhar, Head Department of Commerce, for taking this initiation to conduct a program for UG students. A very good program. I hope that the students are going to be benefited because 3 sessions are there. I've seen just now I came to know the program for 10-15 minutes back only. Still, I've gone through the sheet. Of course, 3 sessions are there. Excellent teachers are there, definitely. Yeah, it's the legacy of the department to conduct such programs. Even previously, if I'm not wrong, Professor D. Chanappa has conducted when he was head Department of Commerce. He was conducted this program for all the students and he issued the certificates also. And for students, participants, as well as for resource persons also got certificates. It was a very successful program in those days. I hope this program also will get grand success. The Chanapa, the Gangadhar is taking very good initiation. I should congratulate him as a head department of commerce. He initiated with the support of Professor Indrakanti Shekhar, and I also congratulate Professor Kavita Devi, madam, because she is the coordinator for the program. The all and also the Patrick also is going to take class, it seems, because the sheet is there. So I wish all the participants to all the participants for the great program, good program, who are going to be benefited. And I also congratulate organizers, especially Professor M. Gangadhar at Department of Commerce and Kavita Devi. Thank you, ma. Thank you for giving us an opportunity for participating in the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your warm message.
Yeah.
Now I request our chief guest, Professor Gaddam Naresh Reddy, Registrar of Usman University, to give his message.
నా ప్రోగ్రామ్ రావట్లేదు క్లాస్
క్లాస్ లో ఉన్నాడా గడ్డం సార్? మ్యామ్,
Yes, sir.
ma'am, you request to the registrar. Registrar, sir, you ask.
How can I ask for online?
Yeah, you ask to the Indrakanti Shekhar, sir. He's also not joined.
Sir, we'll start the technical session, sir. Later on, sir will join.
Yeah, start. Otherwise, 10 minutes, he will take 10 minutes after he will join, Professor Gaddam.
Okay, sir.
And you ask to the D. Channappa, sir, will start the lesson.
Okay. We have 3 sessions. First session by Senior Professor D. Channappa on designing the research project work, sir. And second session by Professor A. Patrick, Chairman Board of Studies, on the presentation of methodology of data analysis. And third session by Professor Indrakanti Shekhar, Principal of UCCBM, on the presentation about the project report writing. Still, if you have any queries regarding the certificate download or any other matters, it will be clarified by Professor Indrakanti Shekhar, Principal of UCCBM, after the completion of these 3 sessions. Now I welcome Senior Professor Channappa for the first session of the online workshop on design the research project report. Presentation by Professor Channappa, sir. Sir?
Yeah, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you,
wonderful
sir.
day, wonderful inaugural function.
First technical session is going to be started.
Yeah. Already my PPT is there. Then really at the outset, congratulations to all. Congratulations to ourselves to take up and to come out. And definitely all other people may come in different timings. Shekhar will come at the end of the session. He is going to talk on to the how to prepare a research project work. In between, Patrick will come, and now I will take the chance to speak on to the identification of the research project title. So I know that I have seen the alumni of the entire Usmania University. Almost all we are coming into faggot, and even teaching assignment is also going to complete on 4th of April. We are very, very close. And then the students might have started their project work in between of the January 2026. Now they might have come to certain stages. In these stages, I don't want to take up what could be the research, what are the research methodology, what is the process is there, but we would like to give some glimpses, and we would like to give some of the areas uncovered, and how it can be make it very attractive, and how they can attract the external examiners, and how they can get the good marks. This should be the main objective of this online workshop, which is being organized by the Department of Commerce. So first of all, I would like to mention that the titles of the project, how it should be there. Before that, just I prepared one slide. The process of the research is, first step is there, the research topic. The research topic is like it is a Facebook, like it is your face. It is appear on the cover page on first words of the title. So nowadays, people, they are not browsing, people not looking about the antecedents of the any candidates. Just they will see that the title of the project work. So therefore, what I appeal to all the students and even the faculty members who are there into the YouTube also, try to see that the title should be trimmed according to the catching to the external examiner, according to the context, according to the concepts, according to the methodology, according to the area which area they are choosing, that should be reflected onto the topic. If the topic is appropriately formulated, appropriately projected onto the cover page in the first sentences, definitely the students are going to be benefited in the form of the marks, in the form of the greater satisfaction. This is the necessary for us. This is the necessary for us. But again, I appeal to here is there, while choosing the topic also, which is a very close, which are very interested to the students particularly. Don't impose the students to take this topic and that topic. Whatever the topic they like it, they can come and they can do some project work. I can know that even at the undergraduate level, the people can come even to on the group project also. The 3 or 4 students, they can come together and they can do the group project also. When they do the group project, better to come with the reasonable title, and some things should come outcome. So therefore, my appeal is there, either to the faculty members as to the students who are there into the YouTube also, they recheck your title. I'm not mentioning that your title should be eliminated, new title should be come out. I'm not telling that. I am telling you that the trim your title, make it more attractive, make it more readable, make it more accessible to the external examiner. That could be our prime area is there. Again, as I mentioned that nowadays, very thing is there. This is the copying from to the various sources, because of we are moving to the different colleges. We have the almost all 400 to 500 degree colleges. We have it. Out of 400 to 500 degree colleges, and each every section minimum 50 final year students are there. On an average, around 25 to 35,000 students are there. Our interest is to conduct this kind of program is to avoid the duplication. If I'm going to the, for example, one college, X college is there, same titles are appearing. Again, if I'm going to the Y college, same titles are appearing. Again, if I'm going to the Z college, also same titles are appearing. That's we would like to avoid for it. How and how it could be possible means, only thing is that the teachers should take a little bit care, and now the students should also be shown certain interest. If they are come out with the new title, which is located in their areas only, which is located in their areas only, if they come out, definitely there is that could be wonderful project title will come out. Now look about my slides also, very simple slides. I indicated that choosing the right research title is a crucial one. choosing the right research title is a crucial one. Okay, outdated titles. Okay, already your seniors are already taken up. That should not be there. That is not to our interest is there. You have to choose some kind of new titles. Again, you can see that the chronological title also. Suppose, for example, one scheme evaluated in 2024 and 2025, you can take up the same scheme, but you can evaluate, take the help of the new data, or you take the help of the historical data. You can project into the 2047, like Viksit Bharat, how that India is going to be happening now. So that is a crucial to decide your title. I again and again and appeal to all the who are there into the on-screen and off-screen, please trim your research title. That is only the success of this project work, and that will give you the directions for your studies also. If you mingle with many aspects also, the title is also mingled with many aspects, and you have a lot of curiosity to include many things into the title also, that is also not good. Simple title you can put it, and comprehensive title you can put it, which can be easily, you can do some research work it and come out with certain new outcomes. That should be the idea for it. And if you take up some marketing, HRM and income tax, and again so many things you are taking and clubbing and you are making as a mess up, and you cannot tell what is happening, that we can also not able to identify what is going to happening now. That's we are not expecting for that. Therefore, make it simple topic, very easy topic, which is a actionable topic, and which can be completed very soon also, which can be completed very easily also within the 3 months or 4 months. It should be completed. I hope so that you are at the completion of your project stage, and please only we appeal to recheck it. Any mistakes are there, please do recheck it. Once you recheck it, then make it corrections. That may be serving our purpose. So this will be definitely, it is going to give some direction for to the new project works. Then I have chosen like 10 steps are there. Not this is the standard 10 steps are there for our convenient. For our convenient only, I have chosen certain 10 steps to make it as your research title is very attractive and very innovative, and it could be attractive to the external examiner, and you can get the good marks, as well as you can get certain knowledge after getting to your project, and you can get certain satisfaction for doing this project also necessary for that. For that, I have chosen as one of the steps is choose the subject which you like it. If you like it income tax, you can take income tax. If you like it business analytics, you can take it business analytics. If you like it marketing, you can take it. If you like finance also, you can take it. If you like it accounting also, you can take accounting. But if you want to take any government schemes also, you can take it. If you like to take any current burning topics also, you want to take it, you should to take it. You have to take the very wonderful topics, and you have to come out. And which you don't like it, once the teachers are telling, therefore we are doing. Because of the partially fulfillment of this MCOM program, therefore I am doing it. If you do that, again things will be go wrong. Therefore, I appeal to that. Please, my appeal is there. Please, you can choose the topic which you like it. You can put your heart. As I mentioned that if you like it, nothing is going to become very hard. If you do not like it, that is going to become a very hard for you. That now you can. Another thing is also there. Another step. What I would like to mention that review the trend in our research language. Also, we can call it as a review of literature. Also, we can call it. Here is rather calling to the review of literature. I can mention that better. I can mention that check up your syllabus. Which subject? First slide as I indicated. Step number 1 is indicated. Accounting, for example, is there. In the accounting, first year and second year, third year, out of all the semester, you check up the syllabus. In that syllabus, which point it is more attracting to you, then that only you can take it. Which one is more attracting, that you can take it, and then you can do for it. That is a necessary for it. When the marketing is also there, there are 3 or 4 semesters, 3 or 4 seminars, semesters are there. Out of it, which one is consumers, or even the POS? So many factors are there. Project life cycle is also there. So many theorems are there. Which you like it, you please take it, and you can do about it. That the third step is there. You have to read. My dear students, you have to read your own projects as well as to the previous projects also. If you have the habit of the referring about the journals, referring about the earlier project reports and senior project reports and past project reports, that may be wonderful for us. And you refer it and assimilate some knowledge. Once you assimilate some knowledge is there, then based upon to that you can come out it. That may be wonderful. And out of it, reading it earlier, even the, as I mentioned, the second slide also there, even the third step is also there. You have to identify to the research gap. Once you have to identify to the research gap is there, that is a necessary steps to go further for now. Now again, my appeal is to all the participants, don't make it big. You are not a doctoral degree student. You are not going to prepare any dissertations which is having about the 5 years and 1 year extendable 6 years, not like that. And we are not at all funded. With the limited financial resources, with the limited constraints timings, you have to do some research work, some project work is there. Therefore, what I want to appeal to all my dear students is there, even then the broader topic you have chosen, make it a specific one. Make it very, very specific one. For example, you are taking as a marketing is also there. Out of in the marketing, make it as a only social media impact. Marketing means races market, social marketing, rural marketing, urban marketing is there, modern marketing is there, one-to-one market. There are hundreds of the marketing titles are there, but where you want to focus and precise it, concise it, and convert into the very specific one. That is the intention to organize this program. All appealing to my students is there. Still there is a time to your topic should be very, very smooth, and your topic should be very attractive. Your topic should be very innovative. Your topic should be very genuine. For these reasons, we are organizing, and I hope so that you are come out with that. Again, then the next step is there. Some problems should be there. To do some kind of research work is there, definitely some kind of problems should be there. If there are no problems, there is a nothing is there, everything is fine, and you want to do your project work, that is not going to solve the purpose. To solve the purpose, definitely some kind of research problems should be there. To identify to the research problems, the scholar himself should pose a questions, all WH questions, like what, whom, when, and how, and whom should be there. Like if you this cause students can pose the questions by themselves onto certain concepts, certain theorems, definitely they will come out with the wonderful outcomes. So therefore, what I want to appeal to all the students, participants, please, some kind of problem should be there in your project work. Okay, as I mentioned that the title should be very attractive, title should be innovative, title should be very unique, title should be genuine, and it should be very clear, able to understand to what is going to happening inside of your pages. If it is there, then in that, the turning the pages into this project work, definitely some kind of problem should be there. If there are no problem is there, nothing is going to find out for it. Therefore, some kind of problem should be there. And based upon to the some kind of problems, you have to identify some kind of research gap. There are many undergraduate students, or sometimes even the postgraduate students, and in sometimes even the PhD scholars also, they could not able to understand what this research gap is there, how the research gap should be identified for it. Okay, research gap means some questions you have to put it, those questions are not answered by the earlier thesis or earlier projects. They have unanswered questions. You have pick up to the unanswered questions, and after reviewing your literature is there, after looking or discussing with your concerned senior teachers, and if you are unable to find out the some answers, that should be you have to come out with certain answers. And now then the any gap is there. Any gap is there. Now, simple example I can mention you that. Simple example I can mention that, for example, war is going on. Who is going to be winning? Who is going to be losing? We cannot guess it now. Now you take an opportunity and study that who is having a lot of ammunitions, who is having advanced technology, who is having to the advanced, the weapons are there. Definitely you can come out to certain observations that this country is going to win, this country is going to lose, this country is going to be lost in the economic terms. Now that's any gap is there, you can make it an opportunity, you can come out with the certain solutions, certain observations. That observations also need not to be necessarily to be true. It may be true or it may be false. But in the later stage also you can mention that these are all true or these are also going to be false also we can mention. But the thing is there, you should come out some observations and based upon to the certain research gap, based upon to certain research problem. If there is no problem is there, you have not at all observed it, everybody talking generously, everybody talking like a layman, America is going to win, Iran is going to be lose it, and likewise, if you very genuinely or generously or layman, if you speak it, that cannot be a research work is there. If you say some research work is there, some new observations, authentical observations, some substantial supporting documentation observations, if you come out, definitely that is going to become some knowledgeable for it. And now how to approach for it? How to approach means first identify to the unanswered questions. Some questions are unanswered and identify that, make it as a gap and try to answer those questions. Definitely you are going to get good observations for it. Again, as I mentioned that the types of the research gap also, the types of the research gap means some knowledge gap is there. Suppose a student is very incompetent into the income tax and asking them that student to do certain project work under the income tax, but there is a knowledge gap is there, just he will mug up and he will bring some kind of the variegated or duplicated project work he will bring about it. Where the knowledge is there, the student is very competent, where students have fundamental concept knowledge, if he has it, then he can come out and then you can identify that and they can do the research project is there. Again, another area the gap is there, methodological gap is also there. The methodological gap means, for example, now tomorrow, day after tomorrow, entire International Women Day they are going to celebrate. Not only India, across the globe they are celebrating to the International Women Day is there. At the time to conduct the Women Days and the functioning of the Women Days, who should be chaired it? Who should be the addressed it? Who should be celebrated it? So the methodological say that that is a woman is there, international women is there, women should be there, women's problems should be identified, some women should be addressed, women solutions should come out, and some women encouragement, women motivation should be there. Rather, my dear students, rather the committee chaired by to the men, committee addressed by to the men, and even their men are addressing to the women problem is there. There is some methodological gap is there. Again, simple, I will tell you that suppose students' problem is there. Whom should we ask? We can ask the students only, what is the problem? Rather asking to the students, if we are asking to the principal, what is the problem of the students means, principal will say, routine, very genuine, the people are common. It is a very common nature, it will say that. Therefore, the methodological gap means the problem is related to the students, we have to select the sample as a students. The problem is related to the administration, we have to identify to the principal, we have to collect the opinion from to the principal. Rather doing to the vis-a-vis, suppose women problem is there, we are asking to the men. Suppose the student's problem is there, we are asking about the principal. Principal problem is there, we are asking about the layman. That could be the gap is there. This we have to address by the students. Again, another thing is also there, conceptual gap is also there. The conceptual gap also, for example, one student is studying the geographical area of Hyderabad. He should collect the data related to the Hyderabad only. He should not collect the data to the Rangareddy district. He should not collect the data to the Andhra Pradesh. So that is a geographical mismatch is also there. Again, so many things. Suppose he has to be fix it, which is a geographical area, a scope where it is there. If you fix it, that definitely the thing is there. Our interest is, my dear student, is there. Don't make it broader, make it very precise, concise, smaller, simple one, and easy one. You can come out with the colorful faces after YOC examinations. That is an appeal to you all. It takes a lot of time to explain to you, but in the given time, we can mention that to make it so simple, where you are very strong enough, core knowledge, fundamental knowledge, you have to take that kind of title and you can come out with the small kind of a project work. Again, as I mentioned that I'm going to talk about the some steps now. Looking about the sixth step is also that how to formulate about objectives, to evaluate, to study, to analyze it, to review about it. Likewise, you might have already formulated it. Again, In these junctures, I appeal to you that whatever the object you have formulated with the help of your teacher is there, make it clear. Don't make it cumbersome. The objectives you should be the not lengthier one, very smaller one, clear one. As just one slide, I have shown that the impact of the social media on BCom final year students. To study the impact of the social media on BCom final year students at a particular college. That should be your objective. And another one is also to collect the satisfaction levels from to the students. That should be your objectives. For example, social media and impact, you could have chosen it. But rather than to the BCom students, you would like to collect the social media means so many factors. It may be Instagram is there, there may be LinkedIn is there. Now there are hundreds of the social medias are there. So now you have to precise it. You have to concise it. That is our appeal for that. And whatever the object you have formulated, those objectives should help to analyze the objectives, to study the impact of the social media. How you are going to be analyze this means now you are collecting to the data through the primary data and secondary data. And likewise, your objectives to be formulated to evaluate it, to analyze it, to test it. In that mode, you have to formulate the objectives. Again, the objectives can also be formulated based upon to the comparative study also. You can compare to the old pension scheme and a new pension scheme. You can compare about the old labor laws and new labor laws. And now you can take about the earlier governance performance and present governance performance. And you can take about the earlier results and present results. You can take up about the comparison of the earlier BCom course structure and now the course structure is there. Now you can compare which one is better one. You have to come out. You can come out. Likewise, you have to formulate the objectives. Again, when you are formulating the objective, try to see that you have to evaluate about the projects also. Evaluation means testing of the hypothesis. And just like that, we are not finding about the descriptive study. We are not looking about only pure fundamental research we are not doing. We are going to be doing to the empirical studies, which are numerical number based studies we are going to do about it. Therefore, whatever the objectives you are formulated, that should be suitable for to the evaluating to the objectives. Once you evaluating to the objectives, definitely that is going to be helping to you now. Since then, I am appealing and focusing and addressing to that you have to minimize your scope. And you have to check about what are the feasibilities for it. Without checking about the feasibilities, and you want to do entire things, many things, I know that you are the tender candidate of become 6th semester student is there and exams are approaching to the within the 15 days. Therefore, I appeal to that. Don't make it big, larger scope. It make it precise, smallest, easiest, and which could be understood by you as well as to you are able to explain to the external examiner, and ultimately you get certain satisfaction. Therefore, make it scope is a very feasibility scope. Again, what is the feasibility scope means? Make it very small project. The time limit should be only 1 month, and your project should be less than the 50 pages and not more than to lot of descriptive. We don't require any descriptive. Then some kind of small, the profile is required, some data is required, some data interpretation is required, certain conclusions are required. That's the feasibility. Again, don't say that I don't have money. Again, don't say that I don't have time. Again, don't say that I have language barriers. I learned many things taking the help of the so many software apps. Now, in this mode, you can come out, you can address about it. Now, there is a methodology also very interesting and very quite embarrassing to the many people. And now, once they are very clear about the methodology, then easily they can complete the project work, and easily they can make out the certain good research work for it. And how would be your research methodology? Simple one or two things in the very rapid, I can tell you that research methodology include the collection of the data. The collection of the data also two categories, primary data and secondary data. The primary data also divided into two categories, random sampling and non-random sampling. This can also be called as a probability sampling and non-probability sampling. Probability sampling called as a random sampling, again stratified random sampling, cluster sampling, quota sampling, and snowball sampling. Now, which methodology you would like to adopt for it? You have to decide. My dear students, I appeal to you that which methodology you want to adopt it, you have to choose it. You need not to be confused. And once you are confusing that, you are confusing to other people. Therefore, what I appeal to that you don't confuse and don't confuse other people also. Therefore, you choose the methodology. Are you going to be interview method? Are you going to the scheduled method? Are you going to be preparing your project report based on only second data? Again, I tell you, my dear participants, you can prepare your project report based upon to the second data also. For example, gold volatility rate. In 2020, how the gold price is there? What is the consumer price index is there? What are the other influencing factors there? 2021, how one is there? 2022, how it is there? 23 is there? 24, 25, 26. Again, project for 2027 based upon the second data, taking help of the financial tools. This is a necessary, these are we are expecting from to the students based upon the second data. There is a no hard and fast rule that you should come out with the only second data or primary data, which is a convenient to you, which is a very convenient to you, then you can come out. That definitely that your convenient methodology, if you take it, definitely you are going to be a wonderful score. That's your enhancing your research skills for it. Okay, don't go with the confused one. So that the methodology also you can very clear, and the period of the study should be minimum 5 years. Under the research methodology, suppose you are preparing your project report based upon to the secondary data, the period of the studies is to be minimum 5 years. Within the 1 or 2 years, make it a comparative study. My dear colleagues, the faculty members are there, please recheck it. And if they based upon to the secondary data, any student is bringing the project report is that the period of the study should be minimum 5 years, because of he can assimilate certain trend values. We can come out with the sufficient data. Otherwise, just 1 or 2 is there, that could be better to go with the comparative study rather than to the predicting, rather go for to the identifying the trend and other analysis. So the period of the study should be the minimum 5 years should be there. If the sample size is also where under the postgraduate student they use about a Crown box alpha test, they will come out with the 334 as a minimum number. But here the students can come out with the even the less than 100 also. The sample size is also be not restricted. They based upon the time and based upon the resources are available. The less than 100 also necessary. They can interact with their peer group also. They can come out. If they are coming with the primary data, then the sample size should also be less than 100 is also permitted. Okay, secondary data is that the period of the study should be the minimum 5 years should be there. If it is more is there, well and good. If it is the data is available, they can come out. If data is not available, at least they can come out with the minimum of the 5 years should be there. Again under the methodology, the student should prescribe it. It is a parametric test or non-parametric test. Means they are collecting the data from to the only peer group. They are collecting the data to the Google format. When they are collecting the primary data through the Google format, definitely that should be non-parametric test only they have to use it. My dear faculty members, please make a point. The students are collecting the primary data with the help of the Google format or Google form. Definitely that is going to be non-parametric or non-probability sampling only, because of anybody can fill that Google form is there. That is representing to the Excel format there come out with a certain type of tables is there, and they can use about the non-parametric test tools. Okay, non-parametric test is also Wilkinson is also there, chi-square test is also there, ranking test is also there. They can use it. If they are coming with the peer group is there, that is a probability testing is there, parametric is there, they can use the t-test or z-test and f-test is there, and Then again, I'm not insisting to the my dear students and faculty members, if they are coming with the primer data, they need not to go with the normality test. They need not to go with the confirmatory testing is also there, because of not necessary small project, simple project, easy project, convenient project, unique project, and some quality outcome. We are expecting that. Therefore, I appeal to the students is there, the precise it, concise it, some come out with some innovative topic. That's only we are expecting from that. Again, the title should be, you can take the study on any topic, you can take reference to particular area. The study of the impact of the social media, the impact of the any area, you can take it, you can come out with the title should be very, very attractive. Title is your praise. Title is attracting the factors for the many students is there. Again, you have to take the, you have to review, my dear students. Don't expect that the students are going to be read.
ఇదే కదా
Examiner is going to 2 minutes.
షేరింగ్ ఉంది
You are-
కదా, స్క్రీన్
yeah,
షేరింగ్
2 or 3 minutes.
పెట్టారు కదా. కొద్దిసేపు ఆపండి సార్ అంటే, నో 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 నేను ఆపలేను అంటే
ఎవరు గజేంద్ర బాబా
అన్న అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి గంగాధర్జీ. Now then you can, my dear students, I appeal to that you have to read your own project. Don't expect that your teacher should read, and don't expect that your examiner will read. At least you have to read minimum 3 times. Again, review by yourself and refine it. And some any corrections are there. Now it is a right platform is there. Any corrections are there, any modifications are there, make it and come out with the things are there. Now some of the titles I have mentioned that. Some of the titles I mentioned that examples also you can look at: consumer preparation for digital marketing, employee satisfaction, financial analysis of the bank, gold price volatilities, trade and tariff war. There may be 30 to 40 students, they can take up the project. State and central governments have so many hundreds of the schemes. Now Raitu Bharosa, Kalyana Lakshmi, Single Man, Window Man, hundreds of the schemes are there. They take one scheme, and like you can take the Fasal Bima, health insurance, motor insurance. You can take any kind of a project or any kind of a state government schemes, and you can come out with the title. Again, you take up the perceptional studies also. The perceptions means general perceptions of the public, faculty perception, students perception, women perceptions, unemployed perceptions. Likewise, hundreds of the titles are available. Make use of that, they can come out. And now these are all the electronic apps also available. Now for the review of literatures, just to see the screen, take this. You can photo also, screenshot also, you can take it, and it is available in WhatsApp group is also there. There's so many teachers might have been noted that review of literature also take the help of the elite group and research rabbit also, Khan paper, science. So many apps are available. My dear students or faculty members, take the help of the app. Even writing assistance also, Gemini, if you are using it, definitely that is going to be helping to you to come out with the spelling mistakes and other things. And now the Grammarly also is there, Quillbelt also there, Paperpal is also there. Even for the citations also, if you properly using to the citation, take the help of the Jotaro. Reference work is also, Mendel is also there, end work is also there. To prepare a PPT charts and other things, make use of the Canvas. I already prepared all charts based upon my Canvas only. Make use of this, and analytics, Python, and this Max QDA. This the Max QDA is wonderful app is there for going forward to evaluating the qualitative data analysis. Quantitative means chi-square test, Z test, F test, and averaging it. But qualitative data analysis, Max Q data is also there. Collaborations, many factors are there. Make use of it. Now the house is open. Anybody can. Those 298 participants are there in this Zoom platform. Again, many are there at the YouTube. Any question and answers, anybody they would like to put any questions and answers, you are welcome. Please unmute yourself and come out. Then I will spend 1 or 2 minutes for question and answers also. And this is my final slide is there. A well-defined title leads to a successful research project. A well-defined research title leads to a successful research project. Like our phrase, your project title should be so such a attractive, innovative, and some uniqueness. If you come out, definitely that is going to be helping to grab the attention of the external examiner and even getting to the good marks into the project Viva OC examinations. With this, I thank the organizers and particularly head of the department and Principal Indrakanti Shekhar, Vice Principal Kamatam Srinivas, introduced us by the Professor Kavita Devi, and who have there in the Zoom platform, who have been there into the YouTube platform. I thank you one and all for patiently listening and even the giving time also, not asking any questions. I thank you one and all, and over to the organizers now. Kindly give a link to Professor Patrick. Give link to Professor Patrick. Still some arrangements are going on. Anybody can unmute yourself so they can ask a questions.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
We are waiting for Patrick, sir. Over to Patrick, sir. Patrick, sir, is available?
Patrick
Can
will take
I
now.
exit, Shekhar?
Shaker, Patrick is ready. He's taking classes now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Chanapa, sir. Now
Thank you.
over to
Thank you,
Patrick.
Patrick.
Yeah, over to Patrick ji.
Okay.
Hope I'm audible?
Yeah, audible. Speak out.
Right.
Patrick ji is clear.
Yes, sir.
Screen sharing.
Okay, I hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thanks once again to all my colleagues who have helped me to put up this presentation here. I won't be going for such long, but let me tell you, it should be useful to anyone to do this. I think there are some participants. Kindly put your voice on mute, and we are here to help the students cause that. Like why exactly we use statistics and what is the role of AI. Some of these things I'd like to talk in this session there. So without data, you are just as any other person having an opinion. That is what the famous quality management guru, that is W. Edward Deming, has said. So in this session, forget about the time. I'm going to talk about what is storytelling power of data, things about measurement, scaling, and collection, what is descriptive and inferential statistics, what is the analytical toolkit that we have in terms of univariate, bivariate, and multivariate. How do you present the data when you have tables, charts, graphs? How do you do it? And I mean, some tools, there's always this confusion. Should students use advanced things like Python, R, SPSS, CSPT, and other things there? I would tell them you don't need such advanced things. Even with simple Excel, you can do analysis and present. Yeah, BCom students, you'll have to write a theory paper which talks about what are the components of research, why do research, and then you are evaluated on your project report that you put on paper and the viva voce that would be conducted. And I also would like to speak about what is responsible use of AI. To begin with, you got to look at the young ones. Today, we are not into the lecture mode. We are talking about the art of storytelling. We still remember the bedtime stories told by our grandparents to it. So storytelling is a very powerful tool. So with the data, how do you do the story? So we have to look at why numbers are needed for interpretation. It is not just about calculation and other things there.
Patrick, we are not getting your voice. Maybe mute. Please unmute.
My God, I've been
Yeah.
going all through with this. Now I think is it audible?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Now again?
It's okay.
Yeah. Now this dirty thing of trying to please do away, whoever has done that red. This is very bad scribbling on the screen there. I won't do the presentation if somebody's scribbling on my screen. There's one more idiot putting up a red color, blue color something.
We will take serious action on these people who are misleading the program and somebody unnecessarily making lot of charting. We will identifying the email IDs, phone numbers, everything. We will take serious action on the people. You please continue, Patrick.
Yes.
We will take care of them. You please continue. We are not getting your voice.
Who's not getting my voice?
Yeah.
Is the screen visible now?
Yes. No PPT.
No PPT?
Yeah. Only your
One
video
second.
is.
Okay. I hope I'm audible as well as my screen is visible to you all. Take it away.
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. So
Both are clear.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk on this data to decisions. How do we use the data analysis part of it? So without data, so you're just another person with an opinion around. The thing that I'm trying to convey to you all is how do we use data for analysis? This is my plan that I have to tell you that we are using data for storytelling. It's not some cooked up stories that are there, but what our data really means, how do you interpret and other things. And I'm going to talk about a bit on how to use measurement and scaling. What exactly is the descriptive and inferential statistics? What is the analytical toolkit? How do you present the data? If it is table, if it is a graph, if it is a chart, and you don't have to go for very high-end statistical tools. We are talking about Excel and how to use AI responsibly. So storytelling, and you want to check an IIM Calcutta, they're offering a course for 1.6 lakhs per annum, which is to do with the art of storytelling. So it's about not about lectures, about numbers and other things there. How do you convey what you observe is what is called storytelling. And they have a long-lasting impact on the people whom you convey what the numbers actually speak. So I was just looking at this earlier, like there is a store and the person notices that umbrellas and chocolates, the sales go together, they increase or spike. So we want to figure out as statisticians that if this is to do with a coincidence or customers buy comfort items when it rains before weekend, right? So what is statistics? It is the bridge between the raw number and the meaningful story. So you may have 1,000 related responses for your questionnaire and other things, but we are trying to represent it, summarize it with single values, or we try to predict what's going to happen in future. Let's say a simple regression equation of y is equal to a plus bx. Let's say x, we call it as the dependent variable, y is the independent variable, a is y is intercept, b is the slope. And we say, let's say I take an example of expenditure and advertisement as y and sales as x. So I want to predict by altering the amount of money that is spent on advertisement, how the sales happen. Or I want to prove something, how many people really feel or prefer. And there are 4 bits that are to be busted about what data is. I mean, the ones which are there in red is a myth or a lie. And the truth is what I have put it in green there. So numbers don't lie. That is wrong. Numbers can lie. Numbers are neutral. Sometimes our interpretation can be biased. Now, big data is always about better research. It's not always true. Even a small quality sample data can beat a massive biased one. Now, we talk about correlation is always causation. If I would have to do here, the ones who are there with the Zoom link and the ones who are there with the YouTube, I say YouTube, I was seeing all kinds of comments being posted. People are busy trying to do some odd things there. So do I say they are not serious? No, I can't make a generalization. There are serious students there. So just because I've seen a few people annotating or other things, I don't say that it is wrong. So correlation and causation may not be always right. So let's say the truth is ice cream and shark attacked both eyes in summer. That is very odd to connect these two things. Software does your thinking. That is very bad. There are tools to calculate and you must be able to interpret and judge by your own. And let's look at this. If you are trying to win, let's say at the end, Naveen sir or Shekhar sir will circulate a questionnaire with you all and they will try to figure out as to how the sessions went. Did you all really like? Did you all benefit? Was this session useful or things can be made better? I mean, how do you express your opinion? And your opinion, if I want to go about it converting into a number, let us say with whatever thing that we are asking, did we start on time? Whether the sessions by Chenappa sir, by Patrick sir, or by Shekhar sir or principal, were they useful? So, how do you put it as strongly agree, neutral, disagree, strongly agree, or disagree on a 5-point scale or a 7-point scale? So you must learn what is measurement. You must learn what is scaling. You must learn that all numbers are not the same. So these things we'll have to look into. So suppose I'll ask somebody, to tell that what is the jersey number of Virat Kohli or Dhoni or Tendulkar, or you know your own roll number and your all ticket number. These are all numbers, but they are not meant for what is called as calculation. These are numbers meant for what is known as identification. These are known as nominal. Now, suppose I go about with telling there are 3 students who got first rank, second rank, and third rank. They indicate the position. I don't know by how many marks the third rank student lost the first rank because I didn't tell you the total. I didn't tell you the aggregate. So numbers which indicate position are called ordinals. Then this is summer. I'm trying to look at what is the minimum temperature, maximum temperature. So I'm looking into things like the numbers which are to do with interval, which gives me only range and mean, and I can't do many mathematical calculations. And let us say that there are numbers with which I can do every calculation under board math, bracket, of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, square root, or whatever things I can do. Those numbers are called ratio. So you have to be careful where to apply statistical tools and where you don't apply. That is based on the measurement. So I said what is nominal? They are like labels, like categories. You belong to a particular gender, you belong to a particular religion, you belong to male or female or LGBT, or you say that you're a Hindu, Christian, Islam, or let's say you are a Zoroastrian or a Parsi or a Sikh. I mean, that's only for identification, your roll number, all ticket. You can't do any mathematical operations on that. Let us say ordinal. I'm talking about satisfaction levels. You can rank them, but gaps are unequal. An interval, when I'm talking about your IQ or your temperature, what range you come in, you can go about with adding, subtracting. You can't do many things. But ratio, let's say I want to find the average height of people who are attending this, an average age, okay, average weight. I can go about with calculating those things where I use highest amount of mathematical calculation. So how do you do the statistical tool depends upon the scale. And you have to know, that is what I was telling about strongly agree, strongly disagree. It could be a 5-point, or you could use bipolar. Is it good or bad? Is it fast or slow? How did I communicate? And that's it. Or you give ranks, why do you use a toothpaste? Why do you use a soap? Why do you use a particular TV connection? Or which channel do you prefer? You can give ranks. What criteria will you use? Now, staple is a 10-point scale, Likert is a 5-point scale, or there can be a 7-point scale, or you can give constant sum. I remember students of Shivshwani, they did on reasons why people eat chocolate, right? I'm a diabetic, so I would prefer a dark chocolate without sugar in it, or I'll go for something with sugar free. Someone likes the caramel content, somebody likes the nut content, someone likes the cocoa content. How many marks will you do? Everyone can give maximum of 100. So I'd like to figure out, and there the students that come out and told there are 31 different reasons why people eat chocolate. So you can go about with working out on these things. I mean, questions, how do you answer? Will I ask yes or no, true or false? I mean, if I ask you yes or no, no, what am I asking for yes or no? So I'll add a neutral question like DKCS, which is don't know, can't say. But if I ask you more than 3 options, I call it a multiple choice. So that is where I look for this part. And look at scale, as I said, what do we do? I'll give strongly disagree the least mark and strongly agree 5 marks. So it is a 7-point scale. Look at it. I'm talking about strongly disagree, somewhat disagree, somewhat agree, neutral. I'm calling it as a 7-point scale. Now, how I do it is I multiply the number of responses with this score, either 5 or 7, and I go about with finding like what is the mood, what is the opinion, on an average, how people go about it. So I can go about with preparing a report based on it. I can find standard deviation, I can find mode. I mean, all these things I can do based on these things. So you must know how to prepare. I would ask the college authorities, I can share the e-books of Uma Sekharan, Naresh Malhotra. Very beautifully they explain how to use scaling, how to design a questionnaire, what is the checklist for using a questionnaire, how to use this measurement and other things there. So you can go about with working on that. I know many of you all finished your project. Some of you all are yet to start. So you can have, there is nothing like for university, say if you're doing one, But it is like bridging the gap between theory and practice. You're learning more. This is the first document, original creation of yours. You have done your 3 years of your BCom. So what is that you have gone about with applying whatever knowledge you have accumulated in 3 years, and what is that you are trying to tell to the world that I know how to apply what I've learned? That is coming to a project work. Or it can be a semantic differential. I'm using opposite words that are there, right from a good to bad, or modern to old fashioned, trustworthy to unreliable. Or I can go about with creating ranking scale. How much rank do I give to the price? If I have to buy a soap, let's say a Dove I buy, what do I buy for? Do I buy it for the price? Do I buy it for the quality, the foaming, the milk content, the total fatty matter in it? Or is it the brand reputation? Or what it is that I'm giving the best rank to it? If I'm buying the Rexona, if I'm buying Hammam, if I'm buying Tears, if I'm buying Dettol, Lifebuoy, if I'm buying different brands of toothpaste like Pepsodent or Colgate or 4-Amps, why do I buy that? What am I looking for in those brands then? And how do I report these skills? I prepare frequency tables, I do a tally mark, and I find mean and standard deviation. I interpret the numbers, I visualize it by preparing charts and other things there. Now, this is what is expected out of a student. You have done a course on statistics. There are BCom students who have done stats 1 and stats 2 too, right? Now, questionnaire, I said about a dichotomous, a trichotomous. It could be a multiple choice question, more than 3 options. Trichotomous, maybe I add yes or no, or in between, I take a neutral stance. I said Likert scale. You know how you write your semester end exam. It is open-ended. The question is the same, but people give different responses. Or if I'm calling it as closed-ended, I call it a dichotomous, trichotomous, or a multiple choice. I will tell you what you should answer. I don't give you a freedom of words or what you choose to express your opinion. So when you prepare your questionnaire, keep the question short and simple, use simple everyday language, pre-test with some respondents so that the problem that they face you can overcome in your questionnaire. Maintain a logical flow. I mean, it's fun kind of sounds. You ask a person how many children he has first, and then you ask whether he's married. I mean, it should be the other way around. You should ask whether he's married first, then ask how many children, right? And ensure that questions are mutually exclusive. If you want to do something on behavioral finance, if a person says he's not an investor, don't ask him to fill the questionnaire. If he's still filling the questionnaire, that is zero, garbage in and garbage out. You're not an investor, so why is he giving information about investment? So period that makes mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive is you accept one, you reject all the others. Now what you shouldn't do in your questionnaire is using double-barreled questions. Like, I look at the example what is given in Naresh Malhotra, where he says you ask a person, is Coke refreshing and tasty? If a person said yes, did he say to the taste or did he say to the refreshing? You take a brand of tea, take a brand of coffee. What are you looking for? If you ask 2 questions in one, if a person says yes or no, how will you measure? That is called double-barreled. You have 2 pens with me now. With 1 pen, I shoot 1 question. If 2 pens, I shoot simultaneously 2 questions. How do you take it? Now, suppose I ask a patriotic Indian, should he use Chinese goods? Now, if you say yes, then I tell you are a base glory. If you say no, then I said yes, you're a patriotic person. Look at the question. The answer is in the question. If I say, should patriotic Indians use Chinese manja, Chinese kites, Chinese crackers? Now, leading question should not be there. Don't use jargon, don't use technical words in your question. And put the sensitive question in the end, not in the beginning. Go with a funnel approach. Broad questions to narrow. And don't use words which are very ambiguous, like often, frequent. Be clear about what you want to use. All right? There's a checklist in Naresh Malhotra. How do you prepare a questionnaire? Go through with that. Next thing is, what is the descriptive and what is this inferential statistic? So for summarizing your sample, you know that you can't study the entire population. So there is a part of the population is what you go about with study. So let's go about with understanding that part of it, what you go about with study. Now, if you are answering only the things like who, what, where, when, not the why part of it, you call it descriptive. But inferential is where you're trying to associate the cause and effect relationship. And here we look at what is called as descriptive, You all done it in your statistics. There is mean, median, mode, range, variance, standard deviation, skewness, kurtosses, frequency tables, bar chart, pie chart, line, box plot chart, cross tabulation. Well, what is the average age of the class? You can go over and giving that. But description doesn't talk about the white part. White part is more about inferential statistics. Based on whatever results you generate for the samples, you go about with extrapolating it for the population. So you do hypothesis testing. It sounds very big, but there are BCom general students, finance students, computer students, or maybe BCom honors people study this, but nothing wrong if you can learn it. Because for the theory, many teachers are also confused when they tell that, oh, should we teach what is taught in BCom and an MCom or an MBA? Should we teach them entire hypothesis? No. You can use simple Excel where you can use Z-test, T-test, chi-square, ANOVA, or let us say regression, correlation. You can use p-value and other things. Normally in the class we teach table value. You don't have to teach them entire thing. You got to teach them when to use an ANOVA, one way, two way. When do you use the Z-test? When sample size is about 30. When do you use the T-test? When sample size is between 1 to 29. What is a parametric test? What is a non-parametric test? If you know the parent population characteristics and you're drawing a sample out of it, and on such sample, if you use statistical tools, you call it the parametric test. You don't know about the parent population, and on such a sample, if you apply statistical tools, you call it non-parametric. Chi-square is a non-parametric. Man-Whitney is a non-parametric. So you can go about with looking into these things. So this is only to guide you as to how you go about with applying it. And choosing the right measure, you must know, like, we've all studied that there are three types of mean. There is arithmetic mean, there is geometric mean, there is harmonic mean. There are other measures of central tendencies like median, mode, and other things. But be clear. I know BCom students that are there right from their school days are studying mean. They know how to apply the formula and other things there. But most often what I get to see is people don't know when to apply which kind of mean there. So be clear, arithmetic mean, when the data is symmetric, when you go about with putting it in a normal curve and there are no extreme outliers that are there, you want to find average. I mean, if you want to talk about average rate of growth, compounding, ratios, percentages, then you got to use geometric mean. But when you talk about rates and ratios involving time, cost, that is where you got to use harmonic. And there is a single value which divides the entire set of data in two halves. So I'm talking about median. I'm looking at the most repeated number, my foot size, shirt size, my hip size, XL, double XL, triple XL. As students, you know how to calculate more. But where do I apply? As a warden, how many people? As a class teacher, how many chairs are required in the class? As a principal, I need to work out how many computers are needed for a batch. That is nothing but mode, right? And when the data is nominal or most common category that is there, so you must know what are these central tendency things. And I told you what is a parameter. Information related with the population is called a parameter, and information related with the sample is called statistics. What is that information? It could be mean. So I use mu for a population, x bar for a sample. Standard deviation, I use sigma, and s for a sample. Size, I didn't give it here, but I will say n, capital N for population, small n for a sample. Or I would call it as proportion. I'll use capital N for P for population and small p for statistics. So you'll have to learn what is normal distribution. And if the data fits into that normal curve or a bell curve, that is where you use parametric test. Again, to repeat what I told is parametric. If a sample is drawn from a population, whose characteristics are known, parent population characteristics are known, I call it parametric. If I don't know the parent population characteristics from where I'm drawing the sample, it is called as the non-parametric tool set. So what is this analytical toolkit? What can we do? What statistical tools can we apply? I mean, there is something called as univariate, there's something called as bivariate, there's something called as multivariate. Let me make it very clear. What are the variables? Things which you can measure and express in numbers are called variables. Things which you can't measure and express in numbers are called attributes. Let us say there is a person by name Ravi, or Srinivas, or there is Rita, or there is Ria, or there is Rohit, or there is Rohan, or any of these names I look for. If I talk about their height, weight, age, they are all numbers. But if they say that they are sincere, they are honest, they are punctual, I don't have a yardstick with which I can measure. So things which I can't measure, but tell, are they punctual or not? Are they sincere or not? Are they honest or not? I don't use the word variable. Instead, I use a word called attribute. Right? Now, if I am studying one variable at a time, like I'm studying the entire phenomenon and representing with a single number, that is what you call it measure of central tendency. I call it univariate. Suppose the number is dependent on two factors simultaneously, then I call it a bivariate. That is where I use a correlation, a t-test, a chi-square, or a regression, simple regression. Now, y is equal to a plus bx is simple regression. But if it is y is equal to a plus b1 x1, b2 x2, b3 x3, b4 x4, then it becomes multiple regression, right? So more than two variables if I'm studying simultaneously, I use tools like multiple regression, ANOVA, factor analysis, conjoint analysis, multidimensional scaling, cluster analysis. These things come in there. So you got to decide, and let me tell you at a BCom level, maybe univariate, bivariate, maybe at an MBA, PhD, or an MPhil, I may talk about multivariate. So I just wanted to make it clear. How many variables are you going to study, right? Because in the syllabus also, if you look at, you're talking about chi-square, ANOVA, t-test. So you must know that you're going to apply univariate and bivariate. Now the thing is, what is parametric and what is non-parametric? I already told you. Like if I know the parent population characteristics, parametric. If I don't know the parent population characteristics, I call it non-parametric. So I have a t-test, which is of 3 types. I have a Dept test, which sample size more than 30. I have an ANOVA. I have a Pearson correlation. I have a linear regression. But if it is non-parametric, I talk about chi-square. I talk about Mann-Whitney test, Wilcoxon test, Kruskal-Wallis test, Spearman. Look at it. Correlation under parametric is Pearson. Under non-parametric it is Spearman. Right? These tools. You can do all of them in Excel. You don't have to work very hard going for FPSs and other things. And simple. You don't know how to do it. Watch a YouTube video. How do I apply it? Learn. Today it is an era of business intelligence. You talk about BI, you talk about visuals, you talk of AI. So there's nothing harsh in learning it and apply it to your data. Not simple mean, median, mode, percentages, pie chart. And school kids are also doing project that way. So how do you distinguish yourself? What is your USP, right? So think about doing more about statistical analysis. Now here I'm talking about how do you interpret correlation or a regression. I told you, like, simple regression is a plus b x point. Or multiple regression, how do you interpret R square? How do you interpret a p-value? I mean, if you're getting an answer of a p-value when you do an Excel, you get less than 0.5, which means it is statistically significant. If it is greater than 0.05, it is not significant. You accept null hypothesis. Null always talk about no change, no effect, no impact. Alternatives has impact, has change, has difference. So spend little time knowing what is this p-value. How do you interpret? Correlation, we always talk about between plus or minus. So if it is 0, no correlation. If it is +5, moderate. If it is going very close to +1, it is highly positive, perfect correlation. And if it is -1, negative. If it is -0.5, moderate. So I'm trying to tell what you have already learned as to what you do in interpreting things. And then how do you do a hypothesis testing? You state a hypothesis, you say that there is no significant difference, or there is a difference. What is your level of significance? It is based on type 1, type 2 error. I mean, if you say that the hypothesis is right and you reject, you say type 1. If the hypothesis is wrong and you go about it accepting, you call it type 2. So teachers must be able to tell that, try to figure out on what basis I'm going for the significance level. Why do I take 5%? Why do I take 1%? It will be a little difficult for the general computer and students of finance and others, unlike honors students there, because they already studied this. So which tool do you apply based on the sample size, based on what you want to study? If you want to simultaneously compare more than 2 means, take ANOVA. If the data is the attribute form, take chi-square. If it is less than 29 as the sample size, go for t-test. If it is more than 30, go for z-test. Calculate, get the answer, and say whether you reject the null or you accept the null. That is what you do in hypothesis testing, right? And then presenting your data effectively. What is very important here? How do you put it in the form of tables? How do you put it in the form of chart? What is this garbage in, garbage out kind of a principle? Now, tables, every table should have a number, a name. You will go about with putting a source. And in the beginning, this is where my friend and principal of our college will talk to you. Like when you write your title page, you write the content, you also have to give list of tables, list of charts. Okay. So you'll have to tell what are all the charts that you have used. So how do you go about with having columns? What is rows? What are the names that you give to the column, particular and see, when you write a journal, how do you do it? You say serial number, particular, debit amount, credit amount, like that. If you're trying to do a table, you've got labels that are there. What is the source? This is very important, whether your source is based on primary. See, the thing is, if you're collecting data for the very first time to meet your requirement, it is called primary. Collected by somebody else, if you're using it for your requirement, you call it secondary. Put the entire URL, if you're take from an internet source, and you have to write 1 or 2 sentences based on what you interpret out of the answers that you get in the table. Choose the right kind of chart. When do you use a bar chart for comparing categories? When do you use a pie or a donut for parts of the whole? When do you use a line graph? When do you use an histogram? When do you use a box plot? When do you use a scatter plot? Be careful on these things. And the next thing is about garbage in, garbage out. If your raw input or your data is good, your output is going to be good. If people are filling your questionnaire casually, then your interpretation also is going to be casual. So be careful of not saying always that correlation is causation. Small samples have their bias. Don't make overgeneralization. If people in Hyderabad like, the entire world will like. It's not like that. What is this confirmation bias? Sometimes you tend to put your personal opinion. That is wrong. You got to go on based on what your data speaks. Your results have to be backed by data, right? And then I'm talking about how to use Excel and how to use AI and research ethically. Now look at it. I'm talking about very, very simple things that are there. You have an analysis tool pack, basic functions, range you select from which column to which row, triple mark, find the mean, find the median, find the mode, find the standard deviation, find the correlation. Or you talk about any conditions that you want to give them. Or there is analysis tool pack. I'm trying to make the job very easy to tell that you don't have to struggle with high-end statistical tools, even in Excel. You can go about with doing all this. You can build a histogram, you can do a regression analysis, a correlation, a one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, two sample t-tests, dependent, independent, descriptive statistics summary you can get. You can prepare pivot and tables inside of it. Chart. I'm talking about Microsoft Excel for your project work. I'm not talking about any hardcore things. If you can use ESPP, you can use SPSS, you can use STS or whatever tools that are there, fine. But I'm talking about a basic thing that is there, right? Now, please listen to this. Until 2024 or 2023, people were dependent on Google. Now it is all about AI. How do you use AI in research? I'll tell you, the students are clever enough. They can tell AI, this is my topic, this is the structure which university has had, generate a project. It will do that. So whom do I give the degree? Do I give it to that Bard Gemini or ChatGPT or Claude or DeepSeek, or do I give it to you? Where can you use AI and where you shouldn't use AI? Where AI helps, it helps in summarizing long research papers, in generating Excel formulae or Python code, drafting outliers, initial filter section, grammar checking, proofreading, explaining statistical concepts in a very simple way, translating research jargon, where you shouldn't be using AI, not generating fake survey responses, data fabrication, we call it. I mean, you can't replace an original analysis because AI is prone for biases and hallucinations. Don't ask AI for ethical judgment. AI doesn't have a brain. AI can't think, it cannot replace you. It can't talk about being moral or immoral. I mean, if you want to solve the population problem, you ask AI, is it okay to create a war, drop a bomb? It will say, okay. It doesn't understand the ramifications of life. Should you kill a person with an injection? It will tell, okay. It doesn't think as a human you understand pain. AI doesn't understand pain. It can only mimic. So how do you interpret your data? Don't ask AI to interpret your data. Don't ask how do you conclude or draw in conclusions there. See, the thing is, 21st century we require 4 skills: communication, collaboration, creativity, critical thinking. Communication, we all think in our mother tongue, but your project should be in English. How do you think and write? You're asked to work in teams. That is where you talk about EQ. If you can't work with 4 or 5 people tomorrow, how will you work in a company? You're not like everyone. You don't like somebody's face, you don't like their language, you don't like how they eat, how they munch, how they dress. It's okay, you can't like, they even don't like you. How do you get along? How do you collaborate? How do you think creatively? How do you think critically? AI will not think critically. So think about those things and then 6 ethical principles that you use AI is transparency. Now, this will not become a norm, but still, how did you use AI in your report? Did you use it for analysis? Did you use it for literature review? Academic integrity. AI generated text. Maybe we are not checking it. Maybe in MBA they said project level check it. 8 people did PhD. And our Chakravarti sir in library has done plagiarism check and said how much is taken from different sources, which we call it similarity. And now they are also checking AI content. So that is cut copy paste called plagiarism. That is wrong. You can't claim somebody else's knowledge to be yours. Do not use AI to fabricate data, fake citations, or generate what is called a fictional survey responses. You must be very clear about privacy. If someone is filling a question, tell that it will be used for only academic purpose and not for commercial purpose. You don't sell your data to somebody. Don't disclose the email ID given in the question to somebody else. And the AI can hallucinate. It can create a thing. You tell it create literature, it will create. But you have to check what is the source, whether it is correct or not. And in the end, if anything goes wrong, you can't say AI did it. You are accountable, not AI. So that is where you talk about human accountability part. So when it comes to our acceptance, where do we use? Using AI to understand the statistical concept, to suggest a formula or an Excel function, or using AI to paraphrase, not completely cut copy, but maybe grammar check or literature search, so that the research is all about finding out what is not done. If you do what is already done, you are duplicating. It is about giving knowledge to what is not done, adding to the existing field. So AI can do that literature review, but you must be clear and very honest that the sources are correct. Checking AI output, rewriting it in your own words, that is important. As a student, you passed out of your 3rd year of BCom, and if you can't write a few words on your own, I think you got to recheck what have you done in your school, in your inter, and 3 years of your degree. Can't you think and write? And where is it considered to be a misconduct? Submitting AI generated text as your own, asking AI to do your analysis, findings, and conclusions, using AI to fabricate data, tables, citations, asking AI, what result should I get? Reverse engineering, copying an AI chatbot conversation into your report as result. These are wrong. If you are uncomfortable showing the supervisor exactly where you use, you probably shouldn't have used that. Okay, you may fool us. Maybe the person coming to the Viva also believes what you're doing is right. But in the end, I will tell you, whom are you fooling? You're fooling yourself, not anybody else. We know that out of 100% people doing projects in the college, many are buying, many are copying, but we are here for that 5 to 10% people whom we can add value. And in the interview, they ask 2 questions. Talk about yourself, talk about your project. People who have copied, mumble, stutter, stammer, struggle. People who have done original work, they have parity. And that is something which goes to the next level of the interview. Why are we struggling with this passage? Why are you taking the pain sitting with your phone in front of a YouTube? Not everybody got entry into that Zoom link. We are here to go about with helping you, add value to you. You may call us mad, but our madness is different. We are trying to make a difference in your life. Right? Let me go further and telling that responsible AI, please ask, is this task where AI should help me? AI helps me with understanding, formatting, and drafting, and AI must not replaced data collection, analysis, and ethical judgment. Before, ask, could this expose private data? Never input respondent names, IDs, and identification data into AI. AI goes about with preparing. It can misuse it into public domains and other things there. Am I verifying the output? After I have disclosed, where am I talking about AI? Does the final work reflect my thinking or AI? It can never replace your thinking there. So be careful on that. And when you complete your project flow, start to finish, define your objectives. Let me make it very clear. Don't use words like to study, to understand, to know, to explain, to suggest. I'll give a kind of a handout. Please use words like to evaluate, to examine, to explore, and not some simple words that are there. Do some review of 10 to 15 papers, choose the right kind of methodology, use the right kind of an instrument, collect the data, clean them, and clean in the sense if it is incomplete or wrong and other things there. Because ego says garbage in, garbage out. Analyze the data. That is what I said, using Excel and what tools and interpret and find the results, right? So what are the key takeaways? Identify your measurement scale, nominal, ordinal, interval ratio. Where will you use them? State whether you're going to use descriptive or inferential. What is parametric? What is non-parametric? Where do you use correlation? And when do you disclose what kind of AI you have used? Start with an end in your mind. This is somewhere on March, what is the date today? 23rd. So maybe April, you'll have to finish 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or May is your viva. How do you sit and work? Think well. Data is a raw gold. Statistics is the process of making it into jewelry. So your job is to create meaning with the numbers. So in the end, to consult the statistician after an experiment is finished is often merely to ask them to conduct a post-mortem exam. So don't ask your teacher what statistical tools do I use. Can I know how do I go about? That is the reason I've spent little over half an hour or more than that trying to tell you in this session. So thank you so much. I don't know if I can take any questions, but I leave it to my good friend, Shekhar sir. I know it's very difficult to be in his thing there. So I leave it to his discretion to continue with the session. Thank you so much, Savita ma'am, Shekhar sir, Senapa sir, Gangadhar sir, and all of the people who have helped me with this presentation. I stop at this point. I will share this PowerPoint to the colleges and they can carry it forward. I hand it over to Shekhar sir, who would go about with dealing with how to do the report writing. So keep remaining in the group without getting distracted and get the best out of it. Over to you, Shekhar sir. Am I audible? Am I audible? Yes, Shekhar bhai, you are audible. Yeah, thank you, Baterji. Really wonderful lecture. So we are going to conclude with this third session. As Kanapa sir and Patrick sir is presented about data analysis and data. Yeah. Patrick sir, please brief. So what I am saying is. Sorry. This is the third session. Good afternoon, one and all. Good morning, it's 5 minutes now. So what I'm saying is, the people who are joining in this group, they are eager to ask a question. I am replying since morning. The first thing is, the people are asking where it begins from 9 o'clock, somebody 9:30. So because this room will be having only a limited numbers can be admitted into this. So that is the reason we are requesting the principals to make arrange to the students only. That's a class, class thing we have to arrange and provide the information to the students. Because the Zoom link should not be used by the students. A request I made in the group, but I'm sorry, some of the principals are not followed. I'm researching things Don't share Zoom link to the students. Very special. Student has to follow the YouTube link. Don't worry. How to raise your question, how to get your feedback, how to get your certificate, everything I will tell you, don't worry. But the thing is, the principal should make this Zoom link only for administration, only principals or staff members should be there. That is fantastic. So there's so many important issues you can understand. Without you cannot understand what is the importance of features to this brand in this. But sometimes if features are not joining, then you cannot administrate properly. Yes, yes. I want to share my audio just a minute. Please wait. Don't know. Forum one. Am I audible? Because some people are often low voice. It is main again. Headphones. Okay. So what my research is participants is research Zoom links for the teachers and principals only. So there's an organized property. It is one. The second thing, how to get certificates by the students. After completing this session, I will show you feedback form, feedback link to the principals and teachers. You can send to your students. The students can fill up the feedback sheet. That is, there is no requirement of you. Directly, you can take the link and you can fill up the feedback link so that you can get the certificates of it. Now, how to fill up the feedback? All of you see, there's some people first time, somebody already experienced in COVID time, somebody may not be. So my suggestion is what you need to do is you take the link and one by one properly you are name. This can be principal and director. Yes. Your room number, your college name, properly type and send it to the consent form. To type the link, publish is automatically generated certificate and this will come to your email. Don't worry, there is no need of Zoom link. It will be through YouTube also. You can carry forward the link and you can fill up the feedback. So no need of asking again and again. It is clear. Zoom link is meant for principals and faculty members, not for the students. But I am looking into this group. So many students are assigned to exist. Please exist. And so many are there. If you want, I can read out it. If you switch to college, then college people can organize properly so that other people can get it. So one person can manage the 60 people of this class, or sometimes 200 people of the class. So my suggestion, please take the Zoom list by the teachers and principals very soon. If you follow that, I will tell you what is the need of this certificate, what is the need of this research methodology, what is the need of project report, all these things I am going to. And the people, so many people, since morning, I'm administrating with so many phone calls. The people are asking, where is the link, where is that, where is this, where is that, so many doubts I am clarifying. I did my level best, but my suggestion, some people are doing traffic. What is the need to make unnecessary issues? You see, bigger failure, determines your personality, your career, your qualification. When you don't assume your career and your perception force. And you value your source. If you value your source, then your personality everything will be there. If you misuse, everything will be. So my research to do all these students, don't have unnecessary things. That is the wrong. So if somebody is giving message, if my voice is good or not, please respond immediately. this part. No, 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 no. So, government will research. Bamboo research. My wife is here. Yes, thank you, thank you. So, I start my presentation. Further with my presentation. Anybody can respond, if I typically is visible. Please respond anybody. If it is visible, I will continue. It is done by something. Yes. Is it clear? Is it clear my voice? Yes. So message is there. Is my voice is clear? PPT is okay? Visible? PPT is visible? Yeah, please. Because of so many people given feedback, that his voice is not clear. I found in my headphone. Can anybody respond? My voice is clear. Thank you for response. If PPT is clear, please. Maybe we can also speak. PPT is clear, visible. మరి ఇప్పుడు ఎక్స్పర్ట్స్ ఎవరు ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా అన్ని చేసి వీడియో అండ్ ఆడియో అందరూ అన్ని చేస్తే వాళ్ళు మీరు చేస్తున్నారు సో దట్ ఐ కెన్ స్పీక్ విత్ ఆల్ ది పీపుల్ అండ్ ఇంటరాక్ట్ విత్ ది పీపుల్ ఓకే can you can electricity and demonstration was a project report and the values for excellent certificate and implementation data. Look at new education policy. NEC is saying all degree colleges are against every degree college is because every degree college doesn't have the environment as have the others. Yes. So every degree college is having a research center. You need to name its important things. That is important is too. You want to, if surrounding say you have a college, you need to write and paper to have a you should enroll educational project report of the music fair, which is called a new education policy. Every student has to practice their research resources university. And it was resource can be minimum which is 4 phases and you have to complete. Your resource to the source Ganga and that is that. So that this research information will go on to the universities and colleges and different phases. that they can understand what is going on, research and what is the state of leading skills, how the students are doing projects, and what is the analytical power of the skills. We are all the things which I measure using this pattern. So that is the reason now new education policy is including project report compulsory. So now it is a group project. Now university is going to make individual projects for all final year exams. So that every student can observe the issues and they can understand the issues, they can report the issues. You can see earlier we used to purchase many such things. We don't have much resources. We are completely depending on textbooks, we are purchasing books, we are writing. The students are not much purchasing the textbook, of course, some students require. But sometimes students are not purchasing textbooks, they are all depending on the different courses. They are depending on the teacher material, they are depending on the college material, they are depending on the French material, they are depending on different internet material. Sometimes it is rich. Then why I am saying all these things means the purchasing of textbooks, studying of textbooks, these are all the regular transportation now converting into this means we have to see the internet, we have to see the message, we have to see the news, we have to think this, I think the data content, courses, research, budget, books, everything. So that now enough to listen to the present for that. We have to see the one step. Now it is 66%, 2%, that's 100%. We need to depend on the So what is it? How to read this? So if you are without books, you are learning much. And sometimes you can see more than the books the students are expecting. Then what to do? So you have to choose some important issues. More than the books, you have to prepare the project. You have to observe your surroundings. That observation surroundings. You have to put in physics in part. If you want to do your project, only 3 parts you have to. You have to collect the data, you have to analyze the data, you have to present it. How to collect, where to collect, how to identify. Today morning, senior professor, is Channa Prasad. Excellent to explain the how to identify, now how to analyze. The practitioner, Professor Practitioner is very clearly explained about the data analysis. After collecting data, how to analyze the data. Now, very important in the whole system. Because books are there, when your students are being made on the books, they are all interested in the new topics. They are all going to write some important issues surrounding their college. So that is also one of the important subjects in the curriculum. So your final year BCom student have to prepare your project reports surroundings you have to observe about this college, your college surroundings, your environment, or your international environment, or your local environment. You have to observe something. You have to see. This is reason. The university is maintained separately each particular perspective. Earlier, this project report is 100 marks because we want to see according to the requirement of the society. We have to make plus 50. 100 plus 50, 150 marks we have made for this order. So 160 marks. So 150 marks means 100 marks per project, 50 marks per internship. So this is the chance here because of there is a gap between industry and academia. We are not able to do the internship properly for 60,000 scores. Can you expect our Osmania University is having the highest affiliate control in India? We have 500 colleges affiliated. 50,000 students average. 50,000 students every year they are passing for final year BCom. So when you are passing like this, when you are having this much of strength, The teacher will have to understand what exactly this project. If you are not getting internship, you are including 50 marks in this project. So 150 marks you are getting out of this. So that is the reason. Sometimes we are planning to do all that also in the future. But what I am saying is, if 100 marks project reports don't literally don't talk, then what to do? So you have to make your project very simple presentation, very easy. You have to observe your environment, you have to select the data, you have to analyze the data, you have to present it. Very important. So that's really important point, how to manage, how to make, you have to understand. Very important thing
Is it clear? Yeah. So what exactly we want to understand is, you have to collect the data, you have to analyze the data, you have to present it. So this important methodology you have to adopt for your project report. Let us see one by one what is there in the next slide and what to do exactly for presentation of your project. You just look into this. Getting start with writing practical hints. Create time for your writing. Write when your mind is very fresh. Find a regular writing place, set a goals and achieve them. Use word processing, generative, a plan for report. Finish each writing session on the high points. Highlight the points. Then find friends to read and comment on your works. So this is all your back-end program. Before writing your project report, these are all the points you have to keep in your mind. So you have to create time yourself. And every evening, every morning, you just spend half an hour or 1 hour to think of your surroundings, getting data and analyzing data, and take the suggestions from your guide, your teacher in the college, so that you can find very easily how best we can do the project report. And find a regular writing place. You have to find out where to make, how to make. You have to sit someplace and you have to find out your time. And one place when you are sitting into lab, when you are sitting into classroom, when you are sitting at your home, you have to decide which place is appropriate to do the project report. So here, not only textbooks, here also we are planning to make the scientific presentation of your ideas and your enhancement. This is the you can talk. ఏది? అంటే దీంట్లో అది తీసేస్తే అయిపోతాయి సింపుల్. Kindly confirm once again. Is my voice is okay? ఈ లైన్స్ ఎట్లా వస్తున్నాయి స్క్రీన్ పైన? ఈ లైన్స్ గీస్తున్నారు ఎవరు? ఎట్లా? How it is possible? Is my voice is clear? Oh. Yeah. So your ideas is very important. Every human being is a unique, as it is already proved. Everybody having biometric system. The biometric system, even you are both are maybe siblings or twins, you are looking same sometimes, but your biometric system is different. This is only the evidence how the people can make your ideas, presenting your ideas should be a very differently. So that exactly what we required in the higher education system. Every student has to present your ideas in different mode to the higher education so that you will be get benefited, your institution will get benefited, and education system will get benefited. That is the reason project report is your own asset, your own subject improvement. You have to enhance your subject and you enhance your excellency in your own subject. For example, you are very much interested in accounting. Just read out what is accounting, what is the final stage of accounting, the financial report comparison. Somebody is writing on the screen. Please don't do that. So you an annual report and compare the annual report, how the profit is different in different companies. Same type of companies are getting different profits. Same manufacturing companies are getting different profits. And what is the comparison between the comparative size, common size, and you can compare ratios also. So these are all the things when you are making. Good, yeah. So we need to do these type of ideology, what we are requiring in the UGPP. So strictly structuring your research report. So these are all the requirements. You have to make, when you are writing the project report, first abstract. Abstracts must be very brief report about your project. You have to write within 5 to 6 lines what is exactly abstract. That means my project is depending on so and so. This will be give more clarity. This will be analyzed so and so tools, and it will come out with so many good conclusions. These are all the things which you can see. Within half page, you have to write your abstract. Then introduction. 4 or 5 pages, you have to write about your introduction. What exactly this topic? What is the meaning? What is the definition of your topic? How to present your introduction within 4 or 5 lines. Very brief. Then you have to explain about background of your project, and you have to write about important milestones of your topic. If you take some automobile company as a project report, if you take like Tata Motors and Maruti Motors comparative study, then if you want to do that, what is the background of Tata Motors? What is the background of Maruti? And what is the comparison? This you have to check it out. Then we'll go for literature review. Not only introduction, first chapter should have the literature review. You are not, as rightly said by senior professor Chennappa sir, you are not doing PhD. You are doing just 1 or 2 months your project report. Then you have to verify what is your title and other people have done earlier or not. You have to check it out. If earlier somebody have done your project, how your project is different. Years are different, companies are different, methods are different, you have to identify. So for identifying that, at least 10 literature reviews you have to do. How to get that? So now earlier it is a big problem, but now it is good. You can get it very easily. Internet source is there. In the internet source, you can find out very easily how the people have done relating to your topic, how they have made your project report, that you can find out. So in the internet, you just type your topic and you can find out 10 minimum literature reviews similar to your project, so that you can change title, you can change your idea, you can change your method, you can change your year, you can change your company. Something you have to do based on the literature review, so that your scientific presentation will be proved. Earlier submission is not there. So that is one. Then we have methods also. So you have to use research methods, and in the research methods, definitely you can find out what exactly we can do. So that means you can observation secondary data or primary data, and what type of data we can take and how to present that method. For example, you want to make your empirical study, or you want to make descriptive study, interview method, questionnaire method. These are all methods you have to explain into methods. Once you are taking all these methods, then you can make into the results, discussions. Not only that, you can make the conclusion, references, and appendices. These are all the important things which you can see into the project report. Writing for different audiences. When you want to do this, key differences between an academic report and a consultancy management report, you have to make them what exactly the differences. Academic report is only scientific evidences which we are going to make into the society, so that the scientific evidences will be more important to the end user. So end user sometimes this concept are using and they can make more usefulness. The academic reports, you can see something sometimes when we are making, these are all the data from the different sources. That sources will be given lot of scientific evidences, but consultancy is the solution for the one particular ideas. Management is, if you have any problem, management can also provide you a very good solutions for the decisions. But our academic report is completely different. You can see next item. Report structure. When you are writing project report, you have to make clearly abstract. The abstract should be included with 4 short paragraphs that answer the questions. What exactly a research question? How do I go about answering the research question? And what here somebody not making this is not correct way of doing. The people are making not visibling, not looking into properly what exactly we are doing. So I am just stopping my screening of. It's not visible completely, it is gone. See how it is.
Screenshot stop చేయండి.
Hmm?
Screenshot stop చేయండి.
ఎవరు చేస్తున్నారు ఇట్లా? ఎవరు చేస్తున్నారు ఇట్లా?
పిల్లలు చేసేసాం. Annotations close చేసిన. పని ఉంది కదా.
Yeah. ఇదేంటి? పిల్లలు ఎట్లా చేస్తారు? మహమ్మద్ మోయిన్ హుస్సేన్ రాసుకో, ఆయన పేరు రాసుకో. విల్ టేక్ సైబర్ క్రైమ్ ఆన్ దీస్ పీపుల్. అంటే హోస్ట్ వచ్చిన వాళ్ళకి
లేదు సార్. Annotations ఫస్ట్ క్లోజ్ చేయలేదు. ఇప్పుడు చేసిన
పని లేకపోతే మొత్తం సైన్ అవుట్ చేసి కొత్త లింక్ పెట్టేద్దాం. ఐఎమ్ వెరీ సారీ టు సే దీస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ కెనాట్ బి హ్యాపెండ్ ఇన్ దిస్ గ్రూప్. some students are misusing of this platform, which we will put a case on these people. I am strictly asking the principals not to do your students. It's not visible, even screen not visible, PPT is not visible. అదే ఇది ఎట్లా is my voice is visible now? Yeah. Writing for different audiences. The key difference between an academic and this we have discussed with consultancy and management reports. Then a report structure, how should it will be? As we have discussed abstract already, it should be just like a city trailers. About your project, if anybody wants to read, it should be very precise and it should be given the information about your project is what is your title, what is your going to analyze the data, how your data is collected, how the data is going to be presented. These are all the things which we can write in the abstract. But as per my concern, it should be half para. Some people wants to write in full page also can be written, but it should be appears total representation of your project. It should be clearly represent your project so that the people can get so much of interest, enthusiasm to read out your project report. That is the thing which you have to write in the abstract. So because time nowadays you can see the people are not looking test match. People are looking into the 2020 match. People are not having that much of time to see your project. So what need to do is you have to write highlights of your project should be in the abstract. So if anybody reading just what is exactly your project in abstract, then it can be created so much of interest to read out your project. There is a big thing in the analysis. There is a important findings in your project. They want to see what exactly it is in your project. So that is the interest you should be created. It is there on your shoulders to write your abstract very interestingly within 4 or 5 lines so that the readers can see into the your project report. So you have to make your responsibilities, you have to make your project to see everybody with all pages. Then they can understand what exactly you are going to present and what type of information you want to give it scientifically. These are all informations you can provide in the abstract. So that is the importance of abstract. When you are open first page, abstract should be appears. Then see report structure. You have to write introduction, which includes the research questions and clear the statement of research projects and brief background of your guide to the storylines. These are all the things you have to do. And the report structure, again, somebody is misusing the screen. We are recording everything. Whoever is doing all these things, what is that college and who is the student, we can easily identify because we have a lot of cyber practices in the university and we have clear recording system who are there in the group and who are making editing, all these things we can easily identify. We can come back to the college and we will talk to the students why these are all the things they are doing while making this important platform, because our teachers, we are busy with so many other activities, but we are sparing our time to do some benefits to the BCom student with free of cost. But how the students are making the screens, we can see. Particularly college people, we have to see how it was. Fatima, yeah. Yeah, we can easily identify, no issue. But don't do this. This should not be happening. Please go back and do. Is it clear, my voice? But the screen not able to present, the people are misusing. Leave it. But what I'm saying is, according to new education policy, project report is important. And after completing your abstract and after completing your introduction, then we are suggesting the students to make 40 pages project report, as we have already given the information very clearly in the syllabus. You can see the syllabus copy. What is project and how to present the guidelines, everything we have made into the website. The people can see the guidelines, how this project will be written. What our suggestion is, student can observe the things, collect the data, analyze the data, and present the data before the guide. Guide can be given some suggestions. This can be done with 40 pages. 40 pages, 4 chapters per degree level is enough. What we are suggesting is, first 10 pages are make first chapter about your introduction, methodology, chapterization, planning, everything in the first chapter. Second chapter, conceptual study or profile of the company is enough. Because of time limit, because of this disturbance, I am just minimizing my presentation. Then second chapter is conceptual study or profile of the company is enough. Third one, data analysis. You have to make your data analysis with financial tools, research tools, statistical tools. Three things I said very clearly. Financial tools, accounting tools, financial and accounting both say, statistical tools, research tools. Use these three tools, any two or three tools, and you can make your data analysis. Once data analysis is completed, then that can be very clearly you can present in the third chapter. But earlier, the people are used to make only pie diagrams. Don't do pie diagrams. It's gone. Because nowadays, in the central syllabus, the students are doing all these pie diagrams and all these figures. These figures is gone. Don't make it on figure. These are all figures or pie diagrams. You just make it analysis. Statistical analysis. You have to put your numerical data. You have to put your tables. You have to put your analysis. What is your observation? How many people you observed? How these people are given information? How many annual reports given profits? How many annual reports given different profits? These are all the things you can observe. So that exactly what we required in the third chapter, data analysis. Fourth chapter, it's meant for conclusions. So these findings and conclusions, suggestions, you can put into the last chapter. So what is the sequence? The sequence must be, first it should be findings. You have to write your findings clearly. Each chapter, each topic, each item, how you are finding para-wise, if any possibility, you can write into the last chapter. For example, you have first and second and third chapter. First chapter is meant for introduction, second chapter is meant for company profile or conceptual study, and third chapter is meant for data analysis. Out of these three chapters, para-wise, what is important is, if you are anything finding, last chapter you have to put Roman 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is relating to the chapter 1. Findings don't repeat as it is. So that findings you have to write in first chapter what exactly it is. Then second chapter, you have to find out whether it is company profile, whether it is conceptual profile. You have to find out each and every one milestones and something. What are exactly you are finding? What are exactly your important information you are going to present in the project report? You have to write into the Roman 2, 1, 2, 3 of the your last. So that is about second chapter findings. Very, very important is third chapter findings, Roman 3 findings. Roman 3 means third chapter. So how many tables you have prepared, how many data you have, how much data you presented, what are the tools you have used, what is the outcomes, if any possibility, how you are tested your data, reliability test, how you are tested with your hypothesis. Also important, this hypothesis, how the result comes out, whether it is 0.5 rule, whether it is 1.0.1 or 0.05, that your guide will explain you how to prove the hypothesis, whether it is proved or not proved, null hypothesis. So that information also you can write very fluently, very clearly on the third item, that is Roman 3, 1, 2, 3. So in the Roman 3, 1, 2, 3 is very important because the data, how you are collected, how the data is going to be presented, it should be appeared in the Roman 3. Then all these 1, 2, 3, finally you have to write overall first unit, second unit, and third unit, first chapter, second chapter, and third chapter. You can find overall observations of your conclusions, you can write it. Not only that, if you have any suggestions, you can also put it very clearly. Suggestions which is relating to the so and so important issues. It can be suggested to the company, it can be suggested to the society, it can be suggested to the government, it can be suggested to the stakeholders. These are all the measures can be taken for making this particular issues better. So this is what exactly, very simple thing. Collect the data, analysis the data, present the data systematically, scientifically. That is enough. That is the power of student. That is the power of graduate. That is the power of BCom student, which you can analytically think and which you can going to present excellently. We are talking about 50,000 students, 500 colleges affiliated to Usmani University. So you need to get benefited. Because nowadays, if you go into the government office, private office, wherever it goes, you have to work in the project. You have to work in the group of project. Now, some people are getting in doubt. How it is, sir, if we are going to government, what is there in the project? No projects there. It is only in the private software companies, somebody is working in project, not like that. Nowadays, every task you can treat as a project. For example, government employees, they are joining recently group fourth here. They are all went for election duty. Election duty is a project. Starting from first day to last day, you have to write all the recordings. You have to put systematically on the papers what it is provided to you. Not only that, anything if you take as an example, every work is having an analysis. Every work is having a outcomes. That is the reason now new education policy is asking NEP is a outcome-based education. Only textbook is not enough. You have to read everything. You have to observe your surroundings. You have to check all sources of internet. So you have to get all this information. You have to gather the information. You have to present the information. That is your power. That is your scientific presentation. So that if you go after become anywhere, any job, any course, you will get benefit. So this project report not only for passing of your BCom, this project report is meant for your quality, meant for your personality, meant for your enhancement of thinking analysis, data analysis, business data analysis. So many things we are thinking about the students' graduation level. You have to enhance your abilities. You have to enhance your analytical powers so that you can make your project report differently. So out of all these subjects from the intermediate, degree and PG, 44, sometimes we are studying 20 subjects. Some honors students are getting more subjects. Some people are getting some other subjects. About the average 44 streams we are studying now. So out of 44 streams, you can choose any one subject as a specialization, expands your subject with so many data available in the society. You collect the data relevant to your subject. For example, accounting. You have to collect the annual report. So that data you can present. Sometimes there is a problem in this. Yeah. So when you are submitting all this information, then data is valued. Definitely, if data is valued, definitely your project is valued, your marks is valued, your certificate is valued, your personality is valued, then your morals, your personality, everything will be valued. So existing subjects, everybody is studying, no issue in that. But additional subject with your subject knowledge, you are making analytical thinking of your subject, and you have to expanding your ideas, putting on the project report is very important. So out of 50,000 students, only few people are joining into MCOM, but other people are going to MBA, other people are going to somewhere. But what we are suggesting from the Department of Commerce, Usmani University, the people who are studying BCom, it should be a complete man, commerce person. Now, what is commerce person? You have to understand what are the subjects remaining left over in the UG, which we are going to study in the MCOM. So my suggestion, all the BCom students should go for MCOM. You have to understand completely what is the subject. The future is completely about commerce related services we need to do in the society. So for that, I suggesting all the people take seriously your subjects along with project report. Once it is completed, you have to do your PG. After that, you can plan for MBA, you can plan for CA, you can plan for a CMA, whatever the things you can do. But you have to complete your course completely so that you can understand what exactly the accounting, what exactly the finance, what exactly the banking, what exactly the taxation, what exactly the insurance, what exactly the organization, what exactly the managerial economics, what exactly the statistics, research methodology, finance. So these are all the things you can understand. So you have to complete course of yours. Then you think of your profession. Then you have think of about your other professional courses or career and everything. So be careful while submitting your project report. Within 2 or 3 seconds, examiner can easily find out whether your project is genuine or not. Because very easy to find out within 1 or 2 questions, we can find out whether you are done genuinely or not. So this time we are allotting different external examiners to the different colleges to evaluate the project report. So you have to do your project properly. Is my voice is clear? Yeah. Sometimes internet problems, some other technical problems are fixing. So what my suggestion of 50,000 students of our affiliated colleges, my commerce next generation, I'm suggesting, be careful when you are stepping out to the society. They are looking only what is your quality. Now they are not looking about your studies, whether you are BE or BCom or BA or something. So your personality, your qualification also very important. So your qualification builds your personality. So sometimes BCom students are like this, BSc students are like this, BA students are like this. As we know, engineering students are like this, MBBS students are like this. But we should get benefited. If you are the BCom student, definitely you should have the minimum knowledge, minimum core knowledge, minimum responsibility, minimum morals. These are all the things you have to understand. So be careful while presenting your project report. Don't copy and don't make it any other things. You have to make very simple thing. 40 pages is enough. Once your project is completed, then You have to minimize your 40 pages into 4 pages. Only important things you have to write into the 1 page. First chapter, 1 page. Second chapter, 1 page. Third page, 1 or 2 pages. Third chapter, last chapter, 1 page. 4 to 5 pages of project report is enough. So that 5 pages you have to submit as a paper publication along with your guide to the so and so platforms. We have a lot of platforms are there. If teachers are coming to university, we will show you that Scopus platforms, ISSBN platforms, ISSN platforms. Many journals are there with good impact factors. These are all many things are there. So not only that, student can directly submit your project report with 4 pages report to the Shodh Ganga. It was allowing now, Government of India. UGC, so many platforms are there. So your paper, your idea should come into 4 pages, which is going to be published. That is the final outcome. So that the people can understand what is your work, how you are presented. So this reports exactly what the government is asking. That's the reason initially I told every degree college is a research center. Every student should be submitted your project report properly. Then it is the order of the day. The new education policy is asking that every student can get their personality with project report, their scientific analysis with their project report, their conclusion with all subjects through the project report. Be careful. All the best. Thank you for bearing me last 1 hour. Thank you, one and all. My suggestion, we will keep our feedback link to the principals group and other sources. If any possibility, Naveen, now you can make into the chat box. That feedback link you can take, not exactly copying from the online. You can just manually, you can type it, fill up the feedback link, submit. That's enough. All these feedback links comes to us. We will analyze, we will see the people who are done earlier, what are the things, all these things, who are attended, we will check properly. We have so many technology things which we can read out attendance and everything. For them, we will send back the certificates. Certificate is compulsory to keep in project report, which can be going for evaluation. So your external examiner will be given instruction that university certificate, if it is there, you will be eligible for presenting your project. Otherwise, your project report marks are 0. Be careful. I'm requesting all the principals, please take care of this issue. And every student has to submit this certificate, a link, feedback link certificate. We will send back to the concerned student emails. So that certificate should be kept into the project report. Do a real project, genuine project. All the best for your personality and your course and your examination. Thank you, Anita. Any more things? If anybody wants to speak or anybody wants to ask, what I'm saying is, Naveen, you can just open, allow unmute to everybody. If any questions are there, if anything, if anybody asks, definitely we will allow them. The host spotlighted your video for everyone. Unmute your microphones if you want to speak. Yeah, it was given option to the group people. Maybe principals or lecturers or any assistant professors are there in the group representing from the students, final year BCom students. If any queries, any doubts online, you can just speak out, unmute your mic and speak out. So maximum extension we can answer. Any questions? Chat box. College code, Islam Degree College, student name, Shabab mobile number, email ID, so and so. Yeah. Yeah, we are recorded. Yeah. People are very clear.
Sir, chat box is disabled, sir.
without any miscommunication, what I'm saying is the principals of the college, please take a photograph of your students and attendance and photograph. Some people very beautifully they have sent into the groups, WhatsApp groups. It's excellent. If you practice for your college records also is good. You can take the photograph and take the attendance so that we will have evidence to send the certificates to the students or any queries definitely will solve. If no questions, within 1 or 2 minutes, we are going to conclude this session. You can unmute and speak. Everyone, thank you, sir. Yeah. If anybody wants anything,
Right.
any class, yeah, please.
Sir, we have to prepare this project report. How many pages, sir, maximum?
Have you attended my session?
Yes, sir. You said that
I
4
said
to 5
very clearly, it is already there in the syllabus copy. It is already there in the university syllabus copy. I am also
Okay.
suggesting all the students, you can prepare 4 chapters, 40-page minimum.
Okay, sir.
4 chapters, 40 pages. Introduction, conceptual study or company profile, data analysis, suggestions, conclusions. That's all.
Okay, sir.
Introduction is
Sir,
1 chapter. Conceptual study or company profile, 2nd chapter. Data analysis, 3rd chapter. Suggestions, conclusions, findings, last chapter. We have given
sir,
very
can we
clear.
get this PDF, sir?
Yeah. Come on, speak out.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Can we get this PDF, sir? Today's Zoom meetings PDF.
Your question is not clear.
We can get PDF, sir, whatever you said in this Zoom meeting.
You are asking syllabus copy PDF or
Yes.
our
Yes.
presentation?
No, the syllabus copy PDF, sir. Whatever you explained till now.
This is there in website syllabus.
Okay.
Anybody can visit Usmania University syllabus. You can see last page, project guidelines very clearly. It is there. Research methodology and project report syllabus.
Okay,
Under
sir.
that, how to prepare the project report, how many pages you have to submit, everything it is already we made and we make into the syllabus. Moreover, we are telling now 40 pages, 4 chapters minimum, we are saying. Not
Got
big
it, sir.
reports, big data. Yeah. Any other question?
Sir, in chat we have to fill our information, sir.
Feedback. Now we are going to give a link for feedback. You have to
Yes.
fill up that link. You will get certificate.
I have already submitted, sir, in link. Thank you.
No issue. If you submitted, no problem. Automatically, you will get certificate.
Sir, good
Because
afternoon.
all are submitting in chat, sir, that's why I got doubt.
No issue. We will send
Sir, good
Google
afternoon, sir.
Forms just like. Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, I'm from Islamia Degree and PG College, sir. Send
Okay.
college code 1102, sir.
Okay.
Most of the students were unable to join the meeting, sir. Continuously, they have waited, sir. So please
No,
look into the matter, sir.
there is no need of joining into Google Meet. They can watch the YouTube. Enough.
Okay, okay.
You can take the photograph. You can take the attendance. We are trusting all the college principals.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Clear?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah, we are trusting the principals. We
Sure,
are
sir.
trusting
Sure,
the
sir.
colleges because they are all affiliated to us.
Thank
We
you,
are
sir.
very happy that every principal can make the attendance. According to the attendance, according to the people who are sat into the classroom, you should give feedback link which the hall ticket that certificates will be generated. Any more?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay. But I am very clear, absentees should not get certificate. Please take care of this
Sure.
issue. If any
Sure,
absentees
sir.
are there, please send to us. We will deal with them. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Don't
Thank
be
you, sir.
struggle with them. Don't be struggle with them. You ask them to come to university, college wise, along with one lecturer. We will talk to them. We will give the lecture about this, whatever is happened.
Sure, sir.
Some precaution should be taken. Otherwise, this system will not be changed.
Sure,
Any
sir.
more? Yeah. Any more questions?
Thank you, sir.
But that student who have made all this nonsense on the screen will be initiated action. But instead of asking student question, you can take all the student questions and one faculty can speak is better. We have 50,000 students questions we cannot solve. One or two teachers can speak, that is good. Represent the final year become. Now I am requesting all the principals to take the photographs and keep into the WhatsApp group. It will be evidence. If anything is required, we will verify that group.
Yes.
Any more? So thank you one and all. We are going to conclude a session. So very clear, the attended people should get photographs and it is going to be attendance statement and other things. So thank you one and all for bearing me. Now over to Vice Principal Professor Kamatam Srinivasan.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All of you go to the mute option. Respected chief guest, distinguished dignitaries, faculty members, and dear students, good afternoon to all. I feel
Srinivasan mute అయింది అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి.
Respected chief guest, distinguished dignitaries, faculty members, and dear students, good afternoon. I feel honored to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion, research methodology and project preparation for BCom students. First and foremost, I express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Gaddam Naresh Reddy Garu, Registrar Usmania University, for gracing this event with his presence and sharing his valuable insights. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the head of the department, Professor M. Gangadhar sir, Professor Indrakanti Shekhar sir, Principal, University College of Commerce and Business Management, Professor Krishna Chaitanya sir, Dean, Faculty of Commerce, and all the faculty members of the Department of Commerce for their constant support and encouragement to conduct this program. I would also like to thank our resource persons for their valuable sessions on project report writing. I am especially grateful to Senior Professor Chennappa sir for providing a clear introduction to project reports and guiding us on how to select a suitable project topic with practical insights. My sincere thanks to the Chairman, Board of Studies, and resource person, Professor Patrick sir, for enlightening us on data collection methods, coding and data analysis tools and techniques. I also express my gratitude to Principal, University College of Commerce and Business Management, and resource person, Professor Indrakanti Shekhar sir, for guiding us on the proper procedure of report writing. So he covered even introduction part to summary and conclusion. So everything, each and every part also is covered by even Professor Indrakant Shekhar sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Completed that even each step to the students also. I extend my appreciation to the organizing team of the Department of Commerce and Professor Kavita Devi Madam, Principal, Secunderabad PG College, for coordinating this program in smooth and successful manner. I would also like to thank all the faculty members, non-teaching staff, Department of Commerce, and students who actually participated and contributed to the success of this program. Once again, I thank everyone for their presence and cooperation. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Srinivas. So we are concluding this session. If any queries are there, you can just keep into the WhatsApp groups and you can consult to the head department of commerce. If any things are there, definitely we are here to clear the doubts, things, everything. But every student has to put this certificate along with their project report. That is only our intention, so that everybody will get benefited, student, colleges and universities.